drugs. This New Year's, resolve to use drug-free Navage to help you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier all year long. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
A massive data leak, being called the mother of all breaches, has been announced. Billions upon billions of records with sensitive data from previous breaches, newly stolen data, and privately sold databases have been exposed. Cybercriminals can use this information to commit identity theft. Help protect yourself and join the millions who trust LifeLock. LifeLock detects identity threats and alerts you if your information is being used. If you become a victim, LifeLock will work to fix it. Save up to 25% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com.
It's time to start the program. It's time to earn our pay. It's time to meet the people on the Keeler Show today.
It's time to read the news and weather. Time to figure out what to say. It's time to turn the channel of the Keeler Show today. Why do we always listen? Keeler's always in the know. It makes me want to call him and tell him where to go. And now let's get things started. Andrew, let's get things started.
It's time to get things started.
On the most sensational, inspirational, celebrational, Keelerational. This is what we call the Keeler Show.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
Well, good morning. Good morning. And a little chilly, they say, maybe a little black ice out there this morning to deal with. Andrew is off again, and Manaski is in.
Good morning.
And regretting it.
No, not at all.
No, I believe me. When the alarm went off, though, you had to be like, I remember these days.
Yes.
I remember these days.
I do.
Okay, we have a ton to get to this morning on the program. County Executive Anthony Pisani is in. We're going to talk about that parcel there next to the hospital that they want, that medical office. I believe Dr. Kelberman might be involved with it. But the medical office building wanted that property for parking. And then at some point, Mayor Palmieri was trying to sell it, and then that didn't go through, and a whole mess. So is it over? That is the big question right now, and there seems to be a debate over that. So we'll speak with County Executive Anthony Pisani on that and some other stuff here this morning. Hellbikers Free Money Question of the Day. I have some of the odd prop bets that
All right.
that are out there. Like you have your prop bets, and then you have your what color will the Gatorade be bets.
How big of a carrot did Kelsey get Swifty?
Yeah, right. And that's one of them. Like, will he propose? There are so many people that don't believe this is true. That the whole relationship between the two of them is not real.
Really?
It's real.
Yeah.
Like, and I think if you know, forget her. If you know Kelsey, if you kind of get a little bit of information on him and realize who he is, you realize I think he's like head over heels here.
Yeah, I mean, could you blame him?
I guess you're right. And so there's a lot of stuff, and I know that nobody wants to talk about this Taylor Swift thing. Everybody thinks it's terrible, blah, 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 blah. But there are some things that are kind of interesting. Apparently, during the game on Sunday,
okay,
the cameras, they were promoting, CBS was promoting the Grammys, which will be on this Sunday, and CBS has the Grammys. And the cameras were on as they were promoting it. The cameras were on Taylor Swift.
Uh-huh.
She realized the cameraman was pointing the camera at her, and the little red light was on. She mouths the words, I forget exactly what it was, but mouths the words basically saying, "Leave me alone." Now, isn't that very interesting? Considering the general belief is that this is being used as a huge publicity stunt. I'm here to tell you, she doesn't need any more publicity.
No, she doesn't.
And there's really no. It's not like you're going to walk away from this whole thing. And the one who probably wins more. There are two big winners in this. Number one, the NFL, and Travis Kelce. He has been his gear and the commercials he's doing now, and this has been big for him. So not that he's not enormous already as well.
Yeah, I wonder when the endorsement deals were signed. If there's commercials out now. The jersey sales I know are through the roof.
Even when this whole thing started, when his college in Cincinnati put his old college jerseys up, they immediately sold out.
Yeah.
So that's been definitely good for him. But it's a very good question. Like, which came first? We know that there probably were a few deals that were already being done, like the State Farm with Mahomes.
Yeah.
But it almost seems like there are more Kelce commercials out there now than Mahomes commercials, not just with State Farm, but with everything. So I wonder if that came after all of this craziness.
Well, if that's true, it also makes me wonder then if somebody who knows Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, and he was like, "Look, I'm in a financial situation."
Okay.
And they're like, "Listen, Taylor, instead of loaning him money, just date him for 6 months.
Date him for a little while. You're going to make him so much money, and maybe that'll be it. Maybe that is it." Now, it's funny that you bring this sort of thing up because all of a sudden the QAnon people are out with their theories.
So
that Taylor Swift is a plant by Obama and Biden.
Are you serious?
And this is to get people to vote for Biden.
Okay, that's ridiculous.
I don't know how, but, remember what we're tying in here, though. Kelce appeared in a commercial promoting what?
Subway?
Maybe, yeah, I think he did. Kelce appeared in a commercial promoting what?
Obama.
No. Kelce appeared in a commercial promoting getting the vaccine.
Oh, okay.
So that's where all of this is coming from.
Okay, well, those QAnon folks were wrong like 30 times in a row. Do they still think that Trump is secretly the president? He's running for a third term?
Well, no, I think they think that Obama is the president. And
because this was
Obama is they thought that the QAnon thought that Trump was going to come back and take over.
Right, magically, and it was like a future date.
And that didn't happen. So, what's his name there? Vivek Ramaswamy. He says...
The Swanee River, yeah.
I wonder who's going to win the Super Bowl next month, tongue-in-cheek. And I wonder if there's a major presidential endorsement coming from an artificially, culturally propped-up couple this fall.
I don't think
Just
so.
some wild speculation over here. Let's see how it ages over the next 8 months.
I don't think so.
Scott Greer, for those who might say the right needs its own Taylor Swift for young women to look up to, I answer, we already have that. Her name is Lauren Brobert.
Oh, gosh.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, my God.
She is not someone for anybody to look up to.
I don't want to get us in trouble. I was going to say something that I'm not allowed to say.
There are a bunch more here. This person, a Georgia politician, wrote that Candace Taylor, she tried to warn y'all back in October that the influence of Taylor Swift on our youth with witchcraft was demonic, evil, and Luciferian. Of course, Satan wants to use her now to elect Joe Biden back into the White House to destroy what's left of America. Man, has social media done this to us? What has done this to us? Because we are rabbit hole. We are just one giant cesspool of rabbit holes. Is there such a thing? I guess that's not a good way to describe it.
It's I don't know what it is. The conspiracy stuff has existed for quite some time, and it's funny because I think if you look into the term conspiracy theory, it might involve Kennedy's assassination.
Well, that is one. The moon landing is another one, but I've never seen it so where it's been so mainstream.
Yeah, one of those incidents. Allegedly, because again, I do dive into these rabbit holes. I find it interesting and entertaining, and sometimes the conspiracies are actually proven to be true. One of them, either the Kennedy assassination or the moon landing, the government at the time, those who were questioning it or saying it wasn't real, there was a group in the government who said these people need to be labeled conspiracy theorists, and supposedly that's where
it all began.
Where we started using this. That's why we use that term, the conspiracy theory.
There is new information out on Kennedy right now that has people thinking again that maybe it wasn't just Lee Harvey Oswald. So that still exists out there, and it's a biggie. I think we're past the moon. However, there are those who still believe that we never walked on the moon.
Can I tell you
that it was a big television production?
I want to say that, after watching numerous videos on both of these, I will say this: I do find it peculiar that we've never gone back to the moon. We went one time.
Well, we are right now. As a matter of fact, the mission just was delayed, and Japan is about to, if it hasn't already, land another spaceship on the moon.
But with
I
human
believe
beings walking on the planet?
I believe that'll be without people. However,
That's what I mean,
we
though.
are preparing to go back with people. I think it was...
Because some people say that the solar radiation, I forget what it is that we have to travel through to get there.
Well, I think it was the
belt? Is it Orion something?
We're currently working on it.
Okay.
But I do think that it was a major gamble on life to be able to get it there and to get it off the moon. But there's really one way to really tell. I mean, from what you got to dig into this. Is there a way to see if the American flag still is, because I believe that it's still there, poked into the ground on the moon? If that's the case, then there's your answer, right?
Correct.
That would be your answer. Can I throw out a couple more of these all
Absolutely,
on Twitter?
yeah.
Jack Lombardi II, he was a former candidate, wrote on Twitter, formerly Twitter, now X. He has never been more convinced that the Super Bowl is rigged. With all the unneeded and unwanted Taylor coverage at the games, Kansas City's journey to the Super Bowl totally scripted. KC wins. And then later they announced their support for Biden. Coincidental? No. Bought and paid for couple. SMH. I don't know what that means.
Shaking my head.
Oh, okay. Taylor Swift is nothing more than a controlled influencer who's been put to work by those who seek to destroy America. He added in a separate post, she is a very talented operative working for the same group responsible for the timely and coincidental COVID-19. Wow, she is something special.
Wow. I just here's part of the thing that drives me nuts about this. This is again his evidence that the NFL is rigged. So let me ask you this: to that individual, I'm asking rhetorically, of course. If San Francisco wins the Super Bowl, are you no longer convinced that the NFL is rigged?
Well, you won't need it anymore because she's in the big game now. And I got to say
this is
that
what drives me crazy.
The demise of the Buffalo Bills this season. I mean, the Bills had the chance to eliminate Kansas City's opportunity. And do you think that, so they must be a part of it too, right? The loss, because the Bills could have won that game. They just didn't win that game. Podcast host Mike Crispy reads, the NFL is totally rigged for the Kansas City Chiefs. Taylor Swift, Mr. Pfizer, Travis Kelce, all to spread Democratic propaganda referencing past right-wing attacks against Kelce over his promotion of the COVID-19 vaccine. Calling it now, KC wins, goes to the Super Bowl. Swift comes out at the halftime show and endorses Joe Biden with Kelce at midfield. My prediction, my prop bet for the Super Bowl.
Okay, so if that doesn't happen, then what?
It's not going to happen. Right?
Well, correct. But I mean, again, it gets to this whole QAnon thing where they're like, Donald Trump he's still the president, and he will resume office on January, 27th. And then on the 28th, what does that person say?
Well,
right?
we're well past that date.
Well, correct.
And
No, but I'm
that's,
just using it
and
as an
that's-
example. So when the Super Bowl comes and the halftime show's there, and there's no endorsement of a presidential candidate for Swift,
We just forget about those things, and that has
well,
happened.
they didn't need it anymore.
Or that Obama is actually the real one who is running the country right now. That's another one, and I ran into somebody just recently who is all 100%, and someone I feel is intelligent, all 100% in on that.
That Obama's running the country?
That Biden is just out there for show, that it's Obama that's running things, and yeah. So take it any way you want. I'm sure there's someone listening right now who's like, hello, you're the naive one. You get a lot of that, right?
Yes,
That's when
correct.
They kind of laugh at you like, oh, you think I'm the naive one.
Okay.
You think I'm the one. Not the case. Anyway, that's in the world. The wingnuts are out speaking. But you know the whole, and maybe I am the only one out there, but the whole Taylor Swift thing doesn't bother me at all.
Well, I find it interesting that if she was mouthing to the camera, "Leave me alone,"
that
she's getting sick of it.
Can you imagine that it's possible that she just wants to go to a game and be somewhat normal and try to enjoy the game with the guy that she supposedly has fallen for? And, well, how would it be that far-fetched that she is interested in him and he is interested in her?
Okay.
I mean, I find myself defending this relationship, and that's kind of I don't feel really good about that.
This
but
isn't
I am.
a conspiracy. This is the truth. Taylor Swift is secretly in love with me. And at the halftime show, she will reveal that on live television that
You're the one.
That I'm the one. And here's here's the second part of that, is that when the halftime show comes and goes and she doesn't come on the air and say, I'm secretly in love with Jeff Manaske and I could care less about Travis Kelce, when that doesn't happen, I'm going to say something like, well, she sent me a text message right before half saying, plans have changed and I'll catch up with you later. I mean, I don't understand.
Happens.
People put these things out there that's like, this is the proof, and when it's proven wrong, I just don't understand what they say next, because they don't say this. You know what? I was wrong. They never say that.
No, there's none of that.
There's another twist in the rabbit hole. There's another turn.
When I told you it was the 27th, I meant it was ... However you explain that stuff. Conservative John in Boonville says, the Earth used to be round until Joe Biden flattened it. That's funny. And Georgie in the Bronx says, hello. Hi, Georgie in the Bronx.
Georgie.
Good morning. Let's see. What else do I have to squeeze in here this morning? There was a horrible motor vehicle accident was it Route 20? Terrible accident that occurred. I'll get into that coming up in just a little bit. Also this morning, Syracuse, Davy, women have moved to like number 22 in the AP Top 25.
Oh, they did get in after, even though they lost against West Virginia, Virginia Tech.
Yeah, 22 or 23. They're above.
So they counted it against Notre Dame.
They're above Notre Dame.
Yeah, they're good.
The women's team is pretty darn good.
Men are pretty good, huh?
And the men are kind of fun to watch.
The men hit the court tonight.
They have been inconsistent. They'll lose a game that you wanted them to win, and then they come back and play really well. So I think, Davey, would you agree? Who are they playing tonight?
Boston College tonight.
I would think that you want a couple of big time upsets out of Syracuse.
Right.
I think that's what's kind of needed.
The only way they can do that is they can knock off North Carolina in a few weeks.
Okay, that's and that is important for March Madness, right? Explain that.
Because they look at quad one victories, and Syracuse doesn't have a quad one victory right now.
Okay, all right. A new survey shows that almost half of all Americans feel that they'd be able to secure peace if they had to talk to aliens and represent Earth. On top of that, these are very confident people. On top of that, 1/3 of Americans think that their boss could actually be the alien. Okay, I believe these people might be from Utica. I believe we're coming up on the anniversary. If you remember, We Are the World. The song We Are the World. We're coming up on the anniversary of that, and all sorts of stories are coming out because there is a documentary that's coming out that tells the story of We Are the World. And it seems that Madonna and Michael Jackson almost did not perform in it, right?
Yes.
Was that the Live Aid show?
No, that was the song that came out, We Are the World.
Yeah.
And all radio stations around the world played it at a certain time, at a certain day. Everything stopped, and everybody played that song. And then it became like a really big hit. The documentary about the making of the 1985 charity song, We Are the World, just began streaming on Netflix. You can see it now. It's called The Greatest Night in Pop. The recording session was packed with the biggest names in music. Remember, this was big during videos were big on MTV, so you also could see the video often of the song being made. The recording session was packed with the biggest names in music at the time. Also famous are the people who weren't there. For instance, Madonna wasn't even invited. Oh, I didn't realize that. Here's Harriet Stemberg from the doc explaining who her boss, one of the producers of the song, Ken Cragen, wanted instead of Madonna. Here we go.
I wanted Madonna. Material Girl and all of the things she did would bring a really different audience, but Ken wanted Cindy. We had a fight about
Cyndi
that.
Lauper.
I felt, it was an important thing to do. I do believe that rock and roll can save the world, or we should try.
You know why they didn't include Madonna? They didn't think she was a strong enough vocalist at the time.
Really?
Yeah. Well, and that's crazy because should that have even mattered? You're basically in a choir.
Right.
Right? They could have let her do her, a lot of them got to do their signature voices when they came out and they did the solo part of the song. Anyway, they believe Madonna was not a strong enough vocalist. If you watch the documentary, you'll hear how strong Cyndi Lauper sings her takes. Oh, boy. And the three delicious. Okay, so I have some other stuff here on this too. It's a documentary. I think I'd like to watch.
Yeah, I might check that out. It's a multi-part series, or it's just like a 2-hour.
I don't know.
We don't know. Okay.
The new Netflix documentary, The Greatest Night in Pop. Lionel Richie has a great story about getting scared while writing "We Are the World" over at Michael Jackson's house.
"We Are the World" was probably a line from Michael.
We are the world.
Out of the corner of my eye, I see some albums falling over, and I hear. I look over my shoulder. That's the biggest snake. And Michael's going, "There he is, Lionel. Oh my God." He lost the snake in the room. He came out when he heard us singing, Lionel, and he wanted to meet you. He wants to say hello to you. I gotta get out of here quick. I am screaming like this is the end. I saw this horror movie, and it's not good for the brother.
That's wild. I didn't. So you're going to learn things out of the. I have a personal story to tell about We Are the World. I'll tell that in a second. When they recorded We Are the World, all of the artists got a demo in advance. Some of them did not think it was a very good song. It was recorded right after the American Music Awards. Lionel Richie was the host, and Cyndi Lauper was winning awards on stage that night. She wanted to bail on the session. She wanted to quit We Are the World, and apparently Lionel Richie talked her out of it. Here we go.
Backstage, Cyndi Lauper came over to me and said, "My boyfriend heard the song. I'm not going to be able to come because he doesn't think it's a hit."
Well, nobody knew. It certainly was a group of great people, but I was so punch-drunk tired.
Oh, it's some year, huh?
And after the show, it was like, all right, you have to just go there.
And I said, "Cyndi, it's pretty important for you to make the right decision. Don't miss the session tonight."
Billy Joel was a part of it. Billy Joel privately said they all thought the song was horrible, but nobody wanted to say.
Well, and here's the thing, too.
And it turned out to be a big hit.
When Cyndi Lauper's boyfriend said, "I don't think this is a hit," and Billy Joel had concerns about it, and then you said it was a hit. Well, it was a hit because of all the stars in it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this wasn't
I
like...
think that's what made it so big.
This wasn't some example of like, the art of storytelling or the greatest song ever written. You got all the big stars to sing it, so everyone liked the song.
One artist, see if you can name the artist. You won't be able to. I don't know. With you,
maybe
you might be able to do it.
I doubt
One
it.
artist almost had a nervous breakdown while recording "We Are the World."
No.
Who is that rock artist? Anybody?
Springsteen.
It was not Springsteen.
Steve Perry.
It wasn't Steve Perry. It was Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan.
Yeah. When it came time for his solo,
I like the song.
"We Are the World, We Are the Children." When it came time for his solo vocal, he had no idea how to sing it. He finally asked if Stevie Wonder would sit at the piano and help. So Stevie sang it like Bob Dylan, just like we just did right there. And it ends with Bob Dylan's isolated vocal. So I think we get to hear it here. This is pretty cool. Check this out.
Stevie, can you play it one time?
The secret agent to help him get comfortable was Stevie Wonder. Stevie sang it ventriloquially in Dylan's voice. Dylan was probably more uncomfortable than any other person that was here.
There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day. Just you and me.
Oh, my God. That's
awesome.
So cool.
Just you and me.
That is Stevie Wonder singing like Bob Dylan. And that's how it happened.
So are they saying
so cool?
That's what's on the track? Is Stevie Wonder impersonating Bob Dylan, or is Dylan actually on the track?
Dylan is on there. Yeah.
He is. Okay.
If you now you got to listen to that again because it starts with Stevie Wonder singing like Bob Dylan, but there's an edit there, and it actually goes to Bob Dylan singing like Bob Dylan. Can I play it one more time?
Please, yes.
All right, check this out.
Stevie, can you play it one time?
The secret agent to help him get comfortable was Stevie Wonder. Stevie sang it ventriloquially in Dylan's voice. Dylan was probably more uncomfortable than any other person that was here.
There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day. Just you and me.
Now that is Bob Dylan. But earlier you hear where it's Stevie Wonder singing that. That's
just you and
crazy.
me.
That is so crazy. And one more. Quincy Jones had already produced some of Michael Jackson's biggest albums when he produced We Are the World. The new documentary is part of an interview where Quincy says Michael didn't want to sing on it. And here's a little audio from that.
First, Michael didn't want to sing or be on the video. He thought it was overexposure at first. I talked Michael into being on the date, That would have been one of the biggest mistakes in his career if he hadn't showed up.
We are the world.
But he was there, man.
We are the children.
He was more than there.
We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. How did it sound?
How'd it sound?
Wow.
How'd it sound, Quincy?
Wow.
I have to watch this now.
You know what's funny is how he softly and very delicate. Well, two things. First of all, Quincy says that was one of the biggest mistakes of his career. I can think of another one.
Well, it would have been the biggest mistake of his career.
Well,
and you're right. The biggest mistake of his career is probably
having kids sleep
you
in his house.
You want to sleep in the bed with me?
Yeah. The other thing is when he sings the song there at the end, it's a very soft. It's a Michael Jackson. He sings it. And it's very soft. And then what he says after that in his normal voice makes it sound like that singing voice is his deep voice.
I know.
It's his man voice.
Yeah, the manly. So, interestingly, they all got to do their own thing in that. So Cyndi Lauper sang like Cyndi Lauper would sing. Dylan, of course, sang like Dylan.
You and me.
Yeah, that's. It's just it's a crazy part of history. Two things on We Are the World, because I was 1985. I was just, at that point, I had graduated high school in '82. I was in college and was working in radio, and just was like, why am I doing this, guy? I would go sit in class and write promos for the show or something. and anyway, so I remember on that day when the song had to be played, I was at a radio station that was struggling financially. And a new boss who just recently passed away, Gary Vann, had come in from Syracuse and was my new boss, and his job was to turn things around. But he was a stickler for the rules, and he was turning it around. So the station was having cash flow problems, and they had not made their ASCAP BMI payment. So ASCAP BMI record licensing, and if you don't pay it, you can't play.
Mm-hmm.
So radio stations pay either annually or quarterly or monthly. They pay their ASCAP BMI. So we had received a notice that said you must pull all, I believe it was BMI or one or the other.
Yeah.
But it turns out that I think that the We Are the World was both ASCAP and BMI. So that meant there was a cease and desist sent to the radio station because the payment hadn't been made. Do not play. And if you do, it's like a $150,000 fine, which the station never could have been able to survive.
Sure.
So I remember as the music director, that was my role. As the music director, I had to go through all of the music that was, let's say it was BMI, all of the BMI records, pull them all out. So the only thing we could play is anything that was CSAC, which is usually more of a religious music at the time, and ASCAP. If it said BMI on there, we had to pull it and could not play it. So you imagine it took our playlist and basically cut it in half.
Sure, yeah.
One of the songs was We Are the World. And on that day, when every other radio station in America played that song, we were playing Charlie Pride, Kiss an Angel, Good Morning. I mean, it was terrible.
Kiss an Angel, Good Morning.
People were calling and yelling and complaining. So then I'm in class the next day, and you had this professor as well, Cal Sokoloff. And Sokoloff said, I just want to say, now, he did this knowing that I worked there, and there I am sitting in the classroom.
Right.
So, it was kind of embarrassing for me, but he said, one radio station in America did not play that song. It is disgraceful. WLFH in Little Falls did not play the song. And me, like an idiot, I'm like, okay, well, let me tell you why. They couldn't play the song because they didn't pay their BMI license. And Sokoloff said, well, that says a lot about the station, doesn't it?
Wow.
That was our back and forth there.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was coming
Cal.
at you.
He came at me there. And, and then one other thing about that song, Rocky Fiato, who just did Waterfront Grill. We had the tailgate party down there, Waterfront Grill in Herkimer. He used to have a Studio 30, which was the bar right out there, and it was a bar. They also served food at the bar, that sort of thing, but it was a nightclub. It had a disco ball. It started back in the 70s. And, a lot of kids, college kids would be in there, and everybody would be dancing. There was always a DJ. The place was packed. And then all of a sudden, a fight would break out. And I handled the DJs in there. So I put the equipment in. I hired the DJs each weekend. And Rocky said, whenever they get fighting, immediately put on We Are the World.
We Are the World.
And all of a sudden, they'll start swaying back and forth, and that's what we did. And it worked. People stopped fighting.
Wow.
Turn it up really loud. Play We Are the World.
Just sway. I want this song to be off. Just sway back and forth. We'll fight later.
We'll fight outside. So, okay. Sorry to interrupt.
No, that's
my little We Are the World story. Two little We Are the World stories that are worth talking about.
I'm interested to watch this. To watch this documentary now.
And I'm going to close it all out. This little music segment here. David Letterman is out defending. This is going to make this all full circle.
His promo that you played on Keeler yesterday.
David Letterman is out promoting. I'm sorry, defending.
His affair?
Taylor Swift.
Oh God.
David Letterman says, you want to break it down, he, in his latest video, says he has their back, and he is supporting Taylor Swift. Although, when he first said this, he did get it a bit wrong. He did say it was Kelsey Grammer, not Travis Kelce.
Are you serious?
That was the original, but I'm not sure if this says that, but this is from a YouTube video. Check it out.
So now here's Taylor Swift, who is a glowing bright light of goodness in the world, and she starts dating Kelsey Grammer. And people
No, that's not true.
What?
Kelsey Grammer?
Yes. And the Kelsey Grammer people say, oh, no, don't bother us. And the Taylor Swift people, the Swifties, are saying, oh, we don't want a footballer in here with Kelsey Grammer. And I'm saying, huh?
Travis Kelce.
Right, Travis Kelce. And I say to both camps, this is such a lovely thing. Shut up. It's good for the footballers. Yeah. It's good for Taylor Swift. And it's something positive and happy for the world. Taylor Swift is a huge force, and I think just wants to see people do the right thing. So God bless Taylor Swift and Kelsey Grammer. That's all I had to say.
Kelsey Grammer.
Is he losing his mind? Is
well,
that a joke?
I don't know, but they have gone back, and they did edit out the Kelsey Grammer stuff, and they reissued it to be Travis Kelce. But, you know, Letterman, I mean, he just looks older with that beard, doesn't he?
Oh, yes.
He just kind of looks older.
And like a spiritual being.
He kind of does, yeah. So can I give you this one really bad story that occurred because of the snow? This was in Bridgewater. A 34-year-old woman died on Sunday when the car she was a passenger in smashed into a tractor trailer.
Oh, my gosh.
I believe it's she's from Dolgeville. Michelle McNika was pronounced dead at the scene, according to Trooper Jack Keller. James J. Cole of Little Falls was driving a 2003 Honda Civic on State Route 8 in Bridgewater when he crossed into the southbound lane and collided with a Freightliner tractor, according to state police. You know, you get on these roads, and all of a sudden things turn slippery, and you lose control. If you're going over into the other lane, into traffic, and there's traffic coming, you know, God forbid it turns out to be a tractor trailer. But that happened at about 3:30 p.m. on Sunday. If you recall, that's when things started snowing hard, right between 1 and 12, 1 o'clock on Sunday. The road started to get slippery. So, terrible story out of Bridgewater in Oneida County. Got a break. We have news coming up next, top of the hour at WIBX.
At Mattress Express, get a queen flex head bed with adjustable base and a set of sheets for $14.99. Qualified buyers get no money down and up to 60 months to pay. A flex head bed is where each head goes up and down independently, but it's still one solid mattress. See store for details.
DismeCoins.com is the best site online to purchase Trump commemorative coins because no one else features the exclusive Ultra MAGA Trump coin line. Whether it's Let's Go Brandon or Still My President, each and every coin is made right here in the USA on machines built in America by Americans who love this country. These are collectibles, so when they're gone, they're gone. These coins make a wonderful gift for yourself or for the Trump memorabilia collector in your life with free shipping for orders over $400 at DismeCoins.com. That's DISME coins.com.
A healthy weight, more energy, and smooth, regular bowel movements. 3 things everyone strives for.
It's me, Chuck Norris. There's one really important thing we don't talk about enough: our health. Achy joints, digestive issues, weight gain, and fatigue. We are told these are normal signs of aging. So working with a team of health experts, we came up with Morning Kick.
Morning Kick is a revolutionary formula combining 10 different supplements in one. Probiotics that help you lose weight, prebiotics for digestion, superfoods for muscles and joints, and several of the most powerful anti-aging supplements on earth. It'll help you feel youthful, energized, focused, and help manage stress.
Anybody can achieve great health regardless of their age.
Go to roundhouseprovisions.com. Use code SUPPORT or text SUPPORT to 511-511 and claim 40% off today.
Every purchase comes with our 90-day money-back guarantee.
Text SUPPORT to 511-511. Morning Kick.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Tax fees may apply.
Oneida County Department of Family and Community Services has immediate openings for program nurses, starting at over $59,000. Nurses work a 35-hour work week, conducting patient screenings and home health assessments. And the civil service exam fee is waived for 2024. Apply today at OneidaCountyJobs.com.
Is your bank account tapped out after the holidays?
But you need a brand new all-wheel drive SUV to power through the snow.
Then get more for $24 at Destination Kia of Utica, with no money down leases on all-wheel drive SUVs.
Like a brand new 2024 Kia Sportage LX all-wheel drive SUV for just $448 per month for 36 months.
And that's with zero down, zero due at inception, even sales tax included.
Get a no money down lease and keep your tax refund.
Plus, get a 50-inch smart TV included with every new or certified pre-owned Kia.
Now that's kooky!
So go kooky for Kia at Destination Kia of Utica. Puppies and babies not included.
2024 Kia Sportage LX all-wheel drive, stock number 24T0197, MSRP $30,750, 36 months, 30,000 mile lease, 20 cents per mile over, zero due in inception, $0 security deposit, 8.75% sales tax, and $650 acquisition fee included in payment structure, $400 disposition fee, 720 plus FICO score, TV retail value $300, prior orders excluded, offer expires 1/31/2024.
Hey, WIBX, Utica, Rome, it's 7 o'clock.
President Biden is weighing the options. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, after meeting with top advisors and cabinet members determining the U.S. response to the deadly attack at a base in Jordan. But Republican Senator Mark Wayne Mullen just told Fox,
"We should have already responded, but this administration is not geared up for that."
Some GOP lawmakers want the U.S. to attack Iran directly. The 3 American soldiers killed are identified as reservists from Georgia, Sergeant William Rivers and Specialist Breonna Moffett and Kennedy Sanders.
A U.S. official has confirmed to Fox News that the Iran-backed drone that killed those 3 troops and injured more than 40 others was actually mistaken for a U.S. drone that was set to return to base at the same time. The White House is refusing to comment, but so far there have been at least 165 attacks on U.S. forces since October 17th.
Well, as Fox's Brooke segment, and that is when war broke out in Gaza. And as Israel still battles Hamas there, it's killed 3 Palestinian militants in the West Bank. Fox's Jonathan Savage reports.
According to Israel, Hamas were cynically using a hospital as a hideout. CCTV footage appears to show around a dozen armed undercover operatives pacing the corridors. They include 3 disguised as women and others posing as medical staff. The Israeli military says one of the 3 men killed was a member of Hamas and was planning an attack inspired by the massacre of October the 7th.
House Republicans may vote in committee today to advance impeachment for Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, blaming him for allowing a record surge of illegal immigration. Congressman August Pfluger tells Fox,
"The executive branch has one job, and that's to enforce the laws that are on the book."
They also accuse Mayorkas of breach of public trust. House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries calls it an impeachment sham, a stunt that'll go nowhere in the Senate.
The House Republicans have clearly turned their ever-shrinking majority over to the extremists.
America's listening to Fox News.
Don't let everyday aches and pains keep you from living your best life.
I don't think I really understood what people meant when they talked about pain until I started feeling it myself.
Start feeling better every day with Relief Factor, a daily supplement designed to support your body's fight against aches and pains.
Not only do I move better without pain, I just feel better.
Created by doctors, Relief Factor uses a unique formula of natural ingredients that target 4 metabolic pathways to address pain. Relief Factor doesn't just mask aches and pains, it helps reduce or even eliminate them.
Today, I do the things I love, and it doesn't occur to me to think about pain.
You can feel the difference all day, every day.
Join the over 1 million people who have tried Relief Factor's 3-week Quick Start Kit. It's only $19.95. Visit ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4RELIEF. That's 1-800-4RELIEF. And feel the difference of Relief Factor.
We have mostly cloudy skies, 28 degrees. WIBX News Time is 7:03. This news update is brought to you by Cliff's Local Market. They keep you going. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is pledging federal action to help area kids get access to the RSV vaccine. Immunizations are recommended for all babies born during colder months, and the shot promises to lower the risk of being hospitalized for RSV by 80%. Currently, manufacturers say there is a shortage of the drug, and as a result, upstate Golisano Children's Hospital has 1 box of vaccine left. Crouse Hospital has none. Schumer calling on the FDA and CDC to solve the problem. One of the biggest names in tennis history is coming to Hamilton College in a few months. Venus Williams will appear at the school's Margaret Bundy Scott Fieldhouse on April 18th at 7:30. Oscar winner Matthew McConaughey was scheduled to speak on that date, but needs to reschedule due to filming commitments. Williams has won 7 Grand Slam titles during her career and 4 Olympic gold medals. Her event is free and open to the public. An inmate at the Onondaga County Jail who was recently injured is set to get an emergency bail hearing today. That inmate, who has been identified by his lawyer as 33-year-old Ozell Stanley, was hurt during an altercation at the jail back on January 21st and ended up going to the hospital. A spokesperson for the county sheriff's office says the sheriff and undersheriff were not told about what happened until days later. One deputy was reassigned due to the incident, which is still being looked into. A lane on Interstate 690 eastbound is going to once again be closed to traffic today. Crews will be in the area of exit 14 and 15 during the hours of 9 to 3. As part of the ongoing Midler Avenue Bridge project, drivers are urged to slow down traveling through the construction zone and pay attention to the road crew. And the area summer concert calendar getting another entry. Train and REO Speedwagon will be at the Empower Federal Credit Union in Syracuse on Wednesday, July 31st. Also, Alice Cooper and Rob Zombie are set to perform on September 4th. Tickets for both of those shows go on sale this Friday morning at 10 a.m. WIBX News Time is coming up on 7:06. Your Weather Center forecast comes to you from the new destination Kia of Utica on Commercial Drive in Yorkville.
Eyewitness News Chief Meteorologist Craig Flint and the WIBX Weather Center. Today, mostly cloudy early, then some brightening at times into the afternoon, a high near 35. Tonight, cloudy sky, low 28. And tomorrow, partly to mostly cloudy, relatively mild and mainly dry, a high near 40. For more on your local forecast, tune to Eyewitness News at 6 on WTR. A meteorologist, Craig Flint, on WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM.
Cloudy skies, 28 degrees at 7:06. From the IBEW 43 local sports desk, Bill, do you know how much Super Bowl tickets are selling for?
You mean actual retail price? Bob?
Go ahead.
I don't know.
Kansas City Chiefs 49ers fans heading to Vegas for the Super Bowl may
Yeah,
have to
it's in
hit the
Vegas.
jackpot to win a ticket. The cheapest ticket available on the NFL Ticket Exchange. So I guess that's a resale. On the NFL Ticket Exchange is listed for nearly $11,000 after fees.
I'm going to tell you, I remember I was at the Bills Dallas game in Pasadena years ago. And the tickets were, this is the best part, it was a part of my contract.
To get a Super Bowl ticket?
No kidding. Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
So things were flowing back in those days.
Yeah, I guess so.
Anyway, I'm pretty sure it was like $8,500 because they ended up buying it from a broker. It may have been $10,000 back then. Think about that was, what, 92, 93? Something like that.
30-something years ago?
Yeah.
All right, so again, keep in mind here, the cheapest ticket available on the NFL Ticket Exchange on Ticketmaster.
That's unbelievable.
Is $11,000 after fees, and that's for one seat in an upper-level end zone section.
So my $10,000.
In other words, like the worst spot you can get.
My $10,000, they were great seats, number one, and number two, it may have been a pair of tickets. That $10,000.
On StubHub, there is a single ticket available for just over $8,600 after fees. Of course, Allegiant Stadium expected to expand to 72,000 seats for the upcoming Super Bowl 58, which is scheduled for February 11th.
Davey, can you still sign up at the do their drawing at the Root Farm?
No, they did it last night.
They did it last night. All right,
and a lady, Marianne Reynolds, won.
All right, so if I'm Marianne Reynolds and I'm not a big fan, first of all, going to the Super Bowl is just unbelievable, and it's in Vegas this year.
Yeah.
It'd be a trip and a half, right? So that in itself would be just a cool, even if you didn't like football. And the NFL experience is incredible. It surrounds the stadium, and that I'm referencing stuff that I remember from long ago. It's gotten so much better. So, or she could sell them.
I was going to say,
make a lot of money.
I'm a huge football fan, and I think
I'd
unless it's
sell
two
it.
tickets, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm taking my little guy if it's guy got two tickets, but one ticket,
I'm
selling it.
It is an amazing experience to go to a Super Bowl, and not everybody gets that opportunity. So if you have the chance to do it, that might be worth doing it. However, you probably could walk away with, remember, she has a pair of tickets.
That's
she doesn't
cool.
have one ticket. She has a pair. That has got to be worth close to $17,000, $18,000, $19,000.
Absolutely.
Wow.
So what else here? The Knicks extend their winning streak to 7 games. They beat the Hornets last night, 113-92. Top 5 stayed the same in the latest college basketball poll. On the men's side, UConn, Purdue, North Carolina, Houston, and Tennessee. Once again, the top 5. Wisconsin is number 6 after climbing 4 spots. Duke is up 5 spots to number 7. Kentucky dropped 2 down to 8. Kansas is down 1 spot to 9, and Marquette rose 5 spots to number 10. What else do I want to mention? I found this interesting, but it's not that. This is one of these things I don't know if I believe. The Jets were not envied by many teams this season, but one division rival looked favorably upon the treatment of Zach Wilson. According to Massachusetts Live, or Mass Live, Patriots quarterback Mac Jones found himself so frustrated with the team's lack of communication that he told a Jets staffer that he appreciated how the team was handling Wilson.
Wow.
Jones was benched for backup Bailey Zappi at the time, and Wilson was lost his starting job to Trevor Siemian. It was reported that the season finale, that the Jets informed Wilson they had plans to trade him this offseason when he was benched.
Right. I have a guy here asking a question. If you lose the key to your locked lug nut, is there a local quick solution?
Somebody's got to know.
Are you familiar with the locked lug nuts? So you literally have to use a key. So we had this happen to us when we were coming back from New York, and I had parked at the train station in Albany, and I came back and I had a flat tire. No worries, I'll just change the tire. Right? Wrong. I have no idea where the key is to the lug nuts. So, and it usually is just one lug nut. Has the lock on it.
It's an actual key?
It's a key, yeah.
Wow.
It's kind of like that. But it is the way that it unlocks the thing, and then you can take the lug nut off. So the question is there something, and we called AAA, they did not have a fix. So they had to tow us to a dealership. We ended up having to spend the night in Albany, and the next day the dealership was able to, because the dealership had the whatever. So is there a whatever? If you have an idea, if you know about this, 315-736-0186. Dick would like to know. Ann is on the line right now in Rome. Good morning, Ann. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yesterday you were talking about T-shirts and things you could not wear years ago. When I went to RFA, one of the students came up with a saying, and it was based on Eddie Kendrick's "Keep on Truckin'," and he made a little hockey player. And it said, "Keep on pucking."
And that was banned?
They went right out, and I said, "Hey, I want to get another one of those pins." And I was told they had to stop selling them because of the phrase.
Wow. What year did you graduate high school in?
74.
74.
I was 12 because I was really smart.
Yeah. That's right. I knew you were very young. Like you.
50 years this year.
You and I are the same age, as a matter of fact. Well, actually, you're much younger than me because I'm now considered old. So, the T-shirt we had was Harley's the best, the hell with the rest. And the school said, no longer can anyone wear these shirts to school. You will be asked to go home or cover up the shirt if you wear that shirt to school. I mean, just think about where we are today as compared to back then.
Well, some things are better and some things are not.
Yeah. I think that was a little ridiculous, right? The puck thing.
Oh, yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Keep on pucking. I mean,
come on.
It was a song. Yeah. Keep on trucking, and everybody was singing it. But
my mother told me a story that when she was in high school, they would send you home if your dress was above the knee, above the knee, and they'd send you home.
I wouldn't have been able to go to school.
Think of right. Those were the days of the miniskirt. I mean, you were able. I mean,
and hot pants came out then.
Hot pants. I remember those. Yeah. Wow.
Different
all right.
time.
And by the way, Jeff Manaski in studio today. Andrew is out, so Jeff is filling in, and it's good to have him back a few days this week.
It sure is.
Thank you, Ann.
All right, and you have a wonderful day.
You guys have a good day.
All right,
thanks.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Ann in Rome. All right, I got a break. Coming up, we'll talk to Ryan Schmelz in a little bit on the House Committee, marking up articles of impeachment against the border issue over the Mayorkas, the Secretary Mayorkas. We'll get into that whole story coming up in just a little bit. Also, they're trying to work out a deal where the Senate has a deal. The House says it's a no-go. Biden's trying to put something together to get that to pass. I don't think there's a shot in hell that thing's going to pass.
When you say put something together, you mean a full sentence, right?
I believe then that would include a shuffle in. And then Mike's free money question of the day. County Executive Anthony Pisenian coming up in a few minutes as well. Okay, this is Jersey in West Winfield. Any local parts store sells a kit that has all different lug nut lock sockets.
There you go.
And I thought that was the answer.
See, and I
Jersey,
thought,
thank you.
And again, I'm definitely not a car guy, but I always thought the lug nut lock was like a tool that fit over. I didn't know it was an actual key.
It is a lock. I believe it is a lug nut that goes over top of the lug nut. And it takes a key to get it off. Once it comes off, below it would be, I think, a regular lug nut.
Okay. But, Dick, there's the answer.
I hate to say. But, over the years, we had AAA, so you get a flat tire. You make the call to AAA. Although,
am I covered? All right, come on out. I'm not
tires
doing
are
this.
so good today. It's, when was the last time you had a flat tire? I mean, back in the days of the Model Ts and that sort of thing, you would have flat tires on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
Today, these tires are so good, it's not often you even have a flat tire. And, sir, in Utica, my son was coming out of a concert a couple of weeks ago. A guy was trying to sell them tickets for $20,000 a piece. He lives in Vegas and is planning on going, but not for $20,000 a ticket.
Wow.
Boy, that is just unbelievable. All right, and I also mentioned County Executive Piseni coming up in a few minutes as well. Mike's free money question of the day. It's 7:16 at WIBX.
Hi, this is Scott Hayes.
And this is Jill Hayes from New York Sash.
You know, honey, the first time you said, never let a window salesperson into your home, I thought you were nuts, but you were right.
Like there was really any doubt.
Seriously, so many people have told us how nice it is to shop in our beautiful showroom where there's never any high pressure.
Yep, and it's even nicer when we can help people save.
Like right now, buy 2 New York Sash windows and get 1 free.
We get slow during the winter and we need to stay busy, so you get the best deal we make all year. Buy 2 windows, get 1 free.
Buy 4, get 2 free.
Buy 6 windows, get 3 free. There's no end to the savings.
And there's no need to invite a pushy salesperson into your home. Instead, stop by the New York Sash Idea and Design Center, where you can browse at your convenience.
We're open Monday through Saturday on Oriskany Boulevard in Whitesboro.
Buy 2 windows, get 1 free, but it ends Monday, so come in today. And as always,
let our family take care of your family.
It seems like everywhere you look right now, someone is sick. This year, prepare your family for airborne invaders like bacteria, pollen, and yes, germs with Navage Nasal Care. Navage flushes ultra-pure, refreshing saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril. Navage sucks out viruses, dust, and other airborne particles, all the stuff that gets trapped in your nose, making you miserable. Don't get caught empty-handed this winter. Get Navage, the drug-free solution that helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. Even better, Navage is HSA, FSA eligible, so Navage is a great way to spend those funds before they expire. Don't wait a minute longer. Buy Navage today and you'll breathe easier knowing you're putting your funds to good use. Navage is available online at Navage.com or Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Ready for a smoother, safer ride? Look to Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, your trusted tire experts. Tallman's and their professional staff is there for answers. Advice and quality tires at a great price. And right now, Tallman's, when you purchase 4 Summit tires, you'll get installation, mounting, and balancing absolutely free. Summit tires are great quality and your best value in Central New York. And free installation when you purchase 4 tires is an amazing deal. Don't miss out. This offer ends January 31st, 2024. Visit Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair in Utica, Yorkville, Roman Herkimer. Online at Tallman's TalmansTire.com.
Oneida County Department of Family and Community Services has immediate openings for program nurses starting at over $59,000. Nurses work a 35-hour work week, conducting patient screenings and home health assessments. And the civil service exam fee is waived for 2024. Apply now at OneidaCountyJobs.com.
At MVHS, our team members fell in love with care long ago. Their lives were changed, and their world has been expanding ever since. In respect, compassion, knowledge, and ability. And it's only just begun. Because fueling the future of care starts here at the Wynn Hospital. Local care on a whole new level. The Wynn Hospital. Unwavering commitment and compassion. Learn more at mvhealthsystem.org. This is for you. The first steps taken in the Wynn Hospital are the first steps of a care experience that stands apart. One where compassion can always be found, where teams are trained to serve you well, and where cutting-edge technology is always at the ready. Because here, you not only receive state-of-the-art care, you have a distinctive care experience, one that is all about your comfort in a healing environment. Welcome to the Wynn Hospital.
Wake up. Breakfast. And Nature Made vitamins. Whatever your morning sounds like, Nature Made fits right in. Whether you're looking for vitamin C or a multivitamin to get key nutrients, we've got you covered. Now that's a good morning. We take care of you so you can take on your day. Start your day with Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
Hi, WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
All right. Good morning. It's 7:21, and it's Tuesday morning, and I'm just told we will not be getting the county executive this morning. We'll try for tomorrow. Davey, just so you know, with that. All right, and let's see what else do I have. That
Can I mention here as well? I think I said this to you off the air, but I got a message here. This was on the building that's on the property adjacent to MVHS.
That's the building we're talking about. That's the plumbing. That was the plumbing supply or the plumbing building.
Let's see. I got some comments here. The building is still there. It's an eyesore. And then Mark followed up to say that building looks awful. Tell Tony they have to tear it down. Also, this is somebody saying watch Griselda. We were talking about the new Netflix thing.
Yeah, I've seen that. I didn't know what it was about yet, so I haven't started watching that.
Right.
I'll be busy watching We Are the World. I think I'm going to watch that series.
Yeah, I think I want to check that out.
Or the documentary, whatever it is. Here's Rich this morning. Richard, I went to the Super Bowl in 1988. Cincinnati versus the 49ers in Miami. Had seats on the 30-yard line midsection. The ticket price face value was, guess.
1988 ticket price face value was $60.
$45.
Wow.
How you paid $10,000 in 1992, I don't understand. No way. Well, all I can tell you is I didn't pay $10,000. Mm-hmm. It was what I was told the package cost. It was purchased from a broker, and it included 2 tickets and possibly airfare. And I know this sounds terrible, but my contract also said that I could fly in first class.
Really?
This was like a sweetener type thing to be.
Yeah.
Yep. This is what we'll do. We'll do this. We'll do this if you sign. And I signed, and me and Brad Davies went to Pasadena, and went to the Super Bowl. I was in first class. Brad was way in the back. And then we'd switch seats every once in a while. They let us do that. So
Smitty, I think my contract is on the printer. Would you go and get that for me?
I'm telling you, those days the money was flowing. It is nothing like that.
Bill.
Nothing like that today.
Jeez.
I know. Oh, the old days. The old days of radio when there was money to flow. Let's see, what else did I want to squeeze in? As I said, we'll do a Bike is Free Money question of the day. Ryan Schmelz coming up in just a moment here. Some other pretty cool stories, I realized that We Are the World thing caught my attention a little bit, and so does the Taylor Swift thing. I just think we're probably all getting way too taking this way too seriously.
Yeah.
Like, who cares if they show it on TV? It doesn't. You can hate it, but it doesn't change anything. And by the way, who are they influencing? Do you think they're really influencing people? Maybe there's a young group of people who can't vote anyway. Maybe they could influence them, but not the average person. I just don't see it.
So can I tell you, though, and I know this because I had the conversation yesterday with my son. I don't want to get too far into this, but so...
Is he a Taylor Swift lover? He probably hates Taylor Swift.
No, he's... okay, so...
You're going to get into it, aren't you?
Yeah, let me just say this. He has a family member who works for a company that is kind of linked to the Chiefs. So there's some feeding of Kansas City Chief hat, blanket, T-shirt, right?
Yeah.
So Sunday, he was all decked out with his Chiefs gear. And I always, I'm trying to well, Daddy's team is the Giants, right? Yeah, Dad, but I also like the Dolphins.
Oh, no.
And, he's at that age and that stage where he likes all the teams he can name, right?
Yeah,
and then if they have a cool logo and a color scheme, even better.
Yep.
So, but he's in on the Chiefs, and I picked him up yesterday. He said, he goes, Dad, I can't wait to get my Kelsey jersey. And I said, you're getting a Travis Kelsey jersey? And again, through the family member, Aunt so-and-so is sending me a Kelsey jersey. She said I could have Mahomes or Kelsey, and I picked Kelsey. And I can tell you from my conversation with him, he's picking Travis Kelsey because of the Swiftie tie. Now, he's not a big Swiftie fan or whatever they call them.
Yeah, but he's a kid.
But yeah, right.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
8 years old, and it's everywhere. It's Swiftie and Kelsey everywhere.
Yep,
So he's
yep.
like, that's the guy. And so that's who he's rooting for.
I got to tell you, I think that Kelsey is if you put him and Mahomes back to back, I hate Mahomes.
Yeah.
Travis Kelsey's a guy that it seems like you could get along with. Mahomes makes me sick to my stomach.
Well, but that's because he
I
breaks
hate
your heart
Mahomes.
every year.
Hate him.
That's so
Hate
funny.
him.
I think Mahomes is like one of the. It seems the way. I don't know him, obviously, but he's such a gentleman. He seems like one of the nicest guys.
Sure he is. I'm sure he is, but I still hate him. Here's Tony. Here's Tony and Herkimer. Hi, Tony. Good morning.
Good morning. You were talking about Studio 30. Wow, did you bring back some memories? That was
I know.
the old Howard Johnson's, right?
It was back when it was Howard Johnson's and Denny's in Herkimer.
Yeah.
And it was right next to Castle
building gone now?
Castle Ford, which was you remember that was a big thing on KTV. They would always do the cars. He'd have the microphone with a cord standing out there, and they'd drive the cars along, and Mr. Castle would introduce, here's a brand new, Lincoln Continental, and then another car would come through. That would be the commercial back in the 70s on KTV. That was pretty big. That was behind Studio 30, and now both of those buildings are gone. There's a tractor supply there, I think, right now. So,
wow.
yeah.
Times have changed.
Things have changed, but whenever things would get rocky down there, kids would get fighting on the dance floor. He'd say, play.
You actually put a rabbit out of my head.
That's a good one. All right, man. Thank you, Tony.
Hey, the Taylor Swift thing.
Yes.
I think if the Kansas City Chiefs lose, do you think that they're going to break up?
I don't. I kind of think the whole thing is for real. Everybody
Why doesn't
has
she
their
just
opinion.
date the guy's named Swift? There's a guy for the Philadelphia Eagles. What is it, Dante Swift?
Or DeAndre Swift, I think. I think it's DeAndre Swift.
She'd be
Yeah,
able
it's like, gee, why don't they just match up? If they got married, she would have to change her name.
to keep the same name. That'd be perfect.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff there, Tony. I appreciate it, man. You have a great day.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, there's more.
Somebody's looking up your plate night thing. I wanted to know if you can still find it. Like the PK's Pub one. Who did the filming for that?
Who taped that? Boy, that goes back. I think it was
2014.
Matt Barbuto. Yeah, it was a long. Were you a part of that?
I was working at PK's Pub at the time, and you came in with
okay.
somebody doing camera work.
Yeah, I think that was Matt Barbuto. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Wild. All right, good stuff there, Tony. Thanks, man. Great memories.
Yeah. Are you going to do that play night again? Man, you got new restaurants.
I
New season.
hear from a lot of people about doing that all over again. That would be really cool.
Is it still on YouTube?
Yeah. I think it might be. I'll look for that. I'll let you know, Tony. Thank you, man.
All right, bud. Thanks.
Have a good day. That was a cooking show that we did quite a long time ago. So all of my ventures make millions. I just want you to know. Maybe not. But that was a pretty cool show, right? That was that one, and then there was Star Chef Showdown, which was two restaurants competing against each other. It was also pretty cool. All right, I got a break. Coming up, we'll do Hobica's free money question of the day. I'm going to ask you guys an update on the news, and we'll fill in where the county executive is going to be. All coming up at WIBX.
Investing involves risk, including possible loss of principal. Income may be subject to state, local, or alternative minimum tax. Did you know that municipal bonds are a way for investors to support civil projects while earning federally tax-free income? The Erie Canal, which led to the expansion of the United States into the Midwest in the 1800s, was financed with municipal bonds. Are you looking to bridge the gap between the income of your working years and the income needed in retirement? Municipal bonds might provide the solution you're looking for. Henyon & Walsh is a leading specialist in tax-free municipal bonds and has provided investors with quality service and personal attention since 1990. Call now to receive their informative bond guide absolutely free. Dial 1-800-761-9761 to learn how to earn retirement income while keeping your taxes at bay. Just dial 1-800-761-9761 for a copy of their informative bond guide for free. No cost, no obligation. 1-800-761-9761. Henyon & Walsh Inc., member of FINRA and SIPC.
This station is brought to you by Tallman's Tire, located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at gawon'twait.com. That's gawon'twait.com.
Ready for a smoother, safer ride? Look to Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, your trusted tire experts. Tallman's and their professional staff is there for answers. Advice and quality tires at a great price. And right now, Tallman's, when you purchase 4 Summit tires, you'll get installation, mounting, and balancing absolutely free. Summit tires are great quality and your best value in Central New York. And free installation when you purchase 4 tires is an amazing deal. Don't miss out. This offer ends January 31st, 2024. Visit Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer. Online at tallmanstire.com.
Mostly cloudy skies, 27 degrees. Good morning. I'm Jeff Manaski. WIBX News Time is 7:32. This news update is brought to you by the new destination Kia of Utica Commercial Drive in Yorkville. A verdict is expected as soon as this week in Donald Trump's civil fraud trial in New York. State Attorney General Letitia James wants a Manhattan judge to order the former president to pay a $370 million fine in her case against him, which accuses Trump of falsely inflating the value of real estate in order to get more favorable loans. House Republicans moving forward with an effort to impeach DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas over his handling of the border. House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries called it politically motivated. The Republican-led House Homeland Security Committee will mark up articles of impeachment later today. They accuse the Secretary of willful and systemic refusal to comply with the law as the nation faces a surge of migrants. Alex Murdaugh is not getting a new murder trial. The former South Carolina attorney was convicted last March of murdering his wife and son. His attorneys have claimed the court clerk for
Colleton County tampered with the jury. A judge dismissed that motion on Monday. Murdaugh was sentenced to 2 consecutive life sentences for the 2021 murders. Hate crimes have risen steadily since 2020, with schools as the third most common location for them to be reported across the country. That's according to a new report from the Department of Justice. The number more than doubled between 2020 and 2022, up to over 1,300 hate crimes at schools. The Russian figure skating team will be stripped of its gold medals from the 2022 Beijing Olympics. The Court of Arbitration for Sport disqualified Russian skater Kamila Valieva for the 2022 Olympics on Monday for a doping violation. The U.S. figure skating team finished second in the event and will now be named champion. And Amazon Prime Video is starting to air commercials on its streaming service. Users who don't agree to pay an extra $2.99 a month for the ad-free option started to see a limited number of advertisements, which began on Monday. Your WIBX Weather Center forecast. Not too many surprises here. More cold weather on the way. Details from Craig Flint.
From Eyewitness News, Chief Meteorologist Craig Flint and the WIBX Weather Center. Today, mostly cloudy early, then some brightening at times into the afternoon, a high near 35. Tonight, cloudy sky, low 28. And tomorrow, partly to mostly cloudy, relatively mild and mainly dry, a high near 40. For more on your local forecast, tune to Eyewitness News at 6 on WTR. A meteorologist, Craig Flint, on WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM.
Clouds and 27 at 7:35.
Let me take Jake in Utica here on the line right now. Jake, good morning.
Thank you, Mr. Dillon.
Couldn't be.
The Curious Case of Natalia Grace, is that the show that you saw?
Yes.
Oh, my God. I just finished watching it the other day.
Did you watch both
Psycho?
seasons? Both seasons?
Both, yes, 1 and 2.
How about the surprise, without giving it away, the surprise at the end of season 2 blew my mind.
I had chills going up and down my spine.
I know.
I did not see that coming.
I never did either. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
And now apparently there's going to be more coming where we'll learn more down the road. But you're still left with, like, what is the real story? And I kind of feel like the parents, while they seemed wonderful,
the first parent,
the second parents, the minister, the religious parents,
the minister. Okay,
he seemed a little weird too. I mean,
yeah.
I didn't know where. I just never saw the twist at the end of season 2 coming at all. So this is the so let me say this. This is the series about the they're not called, is it little people? Dwarfism.
Dwarf, right.
She was adopted where it was believed that she was like 6 years old, and then all of a sudden the family, who by the way had a genius in the family and was on all the talk shows, and the kid was brilliant and was kind of world renowned at that point. So they adopt this kid who they think is a kid. Now they believe the kid's 20 years old or something. So they change the age of the kid. It is twisted.
Wait. This is based on a true story?
It is a true story.
Oh,
and
wow.
The characters are out there.
You got to see it.
Yeah.
You got to watch it, Jeff.
It's on what, Netflix?
It is on is it Netflix?
Max.
Max, yeah.
Oh,
Max.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bill, I was in a lazy boy. I sat right up, and I had chills up and down my spine. Like,
it's mind-blowing.
Oh, my God.
Mind-blowing. The name of it is The Curious Case of Natalie Grace.
Natalie, etc. Oh, my God.
Check that out. All right, Jake, I'm glad to see you and I are on the same page here. Absolutely.
Oh, it's great. Yes.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Listen, I want to thank Davey for getting me through, because it seems like when I call you most of the time, I always call at the wrong time. Thanks, Dave.
Listen, you'll always call at the right time. So there you go, Jake. Thanks, man. You have a great day. All right.
Have a great day.
Okay. I was stuck in the basement with COVID over the Christmas holiday when I started watching it. Second season we watched. I watched it all over again because my wife hadn't seen it. And then you see the second season, and all I can tell you is the end of the second season will blow your mind.
And is that where it ends? Is it
That's
a
where it
two-season
ends.
thing?
It's
okay.
a 2-season deal. And I think the second season is like 5 episodes, maybe something. But it's
I got to check this out.
Unbelievable. If you don't have Max, HBO Max, it's worth subscribing for the month just to watch this series.
Okay. Well, that's an endorsement right there.
It's crazy. And you wonder, how do these things happen in the world today? It's just and how did this story happen in our world today? You're going to be asking yourself that question. Anyway, check it out. Let's do Hobica's free money question of the day. Davey, this morning we're looking for caller number what?
Caller number 10.
And our jackpot this morning, according to Hobica, is
$150.
$150. Okay. $150 on the line right now. Your chance to win. We're winding down January. 150 on the line. 315-736-0186. Caller 10 right now at WIBX.
Oneida County Department of Family and Community Services has immediate openings for program nurses, starting at over $59,000. Nurses work a 35-hour work week, conducting patient screenings and home health assessments. And the civil service exam fee is waived for 2024. Apply today at OneidaCountyJobs.com.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAWon'tWait.com. That's GAWon'tWait.com.
At Mattress Express, get a queen flex head bed with adjustable base and a set of sheets for $14.99. Qualified buyers get no money down and up to 60 months to pay. A flex head bed is where each head goes up and down independently, but it's still one solid mattress. See store for details.
Wake up. Breakfast. And Nature Made vitamins. Whatever your morning sounds like, Nature Made fits right in. Whether you're looking for vitamin C or a multivitamin to get key nutrients, we've got you covered. Now that's a good morning. We take care of you so you can take on your day. Start your day with Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-294-8831 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-294-8831. That's 800-294-8831. What do you have to lose? Call 800-294-8831. Again, 800-294-8831.
She's running around. Her breath doesn't smell. Her digestive system is perfect. It has made such a huge difference.
What did this dog parent do for their dog? She switched to Nature's Blend, a premium freeze-dried raw dog food made by Dr. Murray in Forbes magazine called The Miracle Worker. It's the easiest way to support your dog's easy digestion, nourished skin, playful energy, and most importantly, their healthy, full life.
I'm so confident your dog will love it. Your order is backed with a 90-day guarantee.
Save up to 54% off Nature's Blend and get a free full-sized bag of Tilly's Treasures dog treats. They're best-selling beef liver dog treats while supplies last. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or text DEAL. to 511-511. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or shop in over 2,000 stores nationwide. Use the store locator to find the store closest to you. All pets are unique. Your pet's results can and will vary. Message and data rates may apply. Studies available upon request.
There's something magical about unboxing. When you unbox BritBox, you uncover a world of British entertainment. Stream the UK's most brilliant series, including new and upcoming seasons of Shetland, Father Brown, and Death in Paradise. Plus new originals like Payback, Irving Welsh's Crime, and Archie, the story of Hollywood's greatest leading man, Cary Grant. Unbox BritBox and escape to the best of British TV. Stream with a free trial at BritBox.com.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
All right, time to do Hobeika's free money question of the day. It's from the Hobeika Law Firm. Joseph and Andrew Hobeika at 315-724-1600 for all of your legal needs. And on the line right now is Dean in Deerfield. Hello, Dean. Good morning.
Hello, Bill. How you doing?
Good.
Good morning.
How you doing? You ready to take a shot at $150 from the Hobeika Law Firm, all right?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, here we go. Here's your question. It's a Super Bowl category question. Which U.S. president started the tradition of the Super Bowl interview? Ready, go.
I believe it was Bush.
Was it, which one? Is it the first or second Bush?
I think it was the first one.
All right, you're going to go with the first. The correct answer is actually Richard Nixon.
Oh.
Yeah. Nixon apparently called Don Shula, and actually this was impromptu. He made a phone. Well, he's looking for publicity, and
yeah,
Dick Nixon is a real man. He's a man's man, no matter what you think.
Get me Don Shula immediately.
It's Don Shula. He called Don Shula to suggest a pass play he might try against the Dallas Cowboys. After that, it became somewhat of a tradition. Not all presidents have done it, but it has become a bit of a tradition. So there you go.
I just keep that in mind. The reason given why he called Don Shula. I mean,
yes,
this was
what he wanted was the positive press is what he was looking for.
That's what he was looking for. But this is like before Twitter, U.S. presidents would have a random thought and they'd be like, call up this movie director. I think this should be the twist in their next movie. He's suggesting pass plays to Don Shula.
You can only imagine, right? Yeah. And I'm sure Kissinger was sitting right by his side giving advice as well.
Don Shula's return advice was, hey, Dick, don't be a crook.
Here we go. We're going to give you the Utica All-in-One Food and Fun card. It's a $25 gift card, good at a multitude of restaurants, including Aquavino, Babes, 72 Tavern and Grill, Taylor and the Cook, and any of the concession stands at Nexus or the Adirondack Bank Center. Dean, Davey's going to hook you up, so stand by, okay?
Okay, thank you, Bill.
All right, Dean, thank you so much.
I'm not a crook.
That's a pretty good one right there, as a matter of fact. And that's really why he was doing that stuff. He wanted to seem human, right?
Yes.
Kind of have a human feel. Okay, and that was 1972, maybe? I forget the year, to be honest with you. Anyway, it is what it is. So some of the prop bets, the crazy prop bets you can expect at the Super Bowl. It's still a little bit early because they're not all in as of yet. Will Heineken or Budweiser be the first beer advertisement?
Okay, that's a good prop.
I felt like last year they were down. The beer commercials were down a little bit. What is the color of the liquid that will be poured over the winning coach?
Yeah, that's always
that's
a
one every
popular
year.
one.
I find these are
Do
hard.
you have odds on those?
Let's see. Heineken is plus 110. Budweiser is minus 145. On the liquid, lime green yellow has the best odds at plus 125, followed by orange at plus 250, blue plus 900.
Wow. Well, and again, I think that's partially because there's not a blue team in there.
Yeah.
I like the orange one.
What will the length of the? This is not the length. There are two of them. What will the length of the national anthem be?
Okay.
And normally it comes in, the average national anthem would run about 90 seconds.
Okay.
But when you put the oohs and the ahs and the, bravado in there, it runs between 90 and 120 seconds, usually.
And it's Reba McEntire?
Reba McEntire singing it. So I would imagine hers will be a little bit fairly pure. What will the length of the word brave and the home of the brave?
I've never heard that you could bet on that before.
So the over-under is at 5 seconds, believe it or not.
Okay.
The over-under is
I'd
at 5
have
seconds.
to hear it to really appreciate it.
Here's another one. What color will Reba's eyeshadow be at the start of the halftime show? Does anybody really care about these ridiculous bets? But they are the bets that kind of keep people rolling. And then, of course, there's the squares. You can get into those games and all of that. I mean, there are opportunities where people who are not interested in this game can become very interested in the game. The other part I'll just mention before we move on is the commercials. People watching for the commercials seems to have lost its luster because now now the commercials are out way before.
Right, you don't have to watch the game to see them.
You don't even have to watch the game to see them, and there are very few surprises now, commercial-wise, in the Super Bowl. There will be some, but very few.
I still think the best prop is that, especially if Kansas City wins, that Kelsey and Swifty get engaged. I'd love to see odds on that.
Let me bring in Ryan Schmelz from Fox News Radio. Ryan, have you been following any of the QAnon theories on Kelsey and Taylor Swift?
I think I saw one blow up on my social media, but I've been trying to avoid football over the last 24 to 48 hours, as you can imagine.
He's a Ravens fan. Well, listen, I'm going to tell you something. Last week, I didn't even want to talk about I didn't want to talk about football. I didn't want to talk about the Bills, any of it. It was just depressing. Just.
It was awful.
Just depressing. Can I ask you this though? Can you at least are you're not one of those that thinks it was fixed?
No.
Okay.
Of course not.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
It's hard to fix a football game. You can do whatever you want, but you're throwing a ball in the air. There's no guarantee the guy's going to catch it.
Right.
So even if it was fixed, they still have to execute in some way.
Ryan knows very well that the football is real and the elections are what is fixed. That's what we rig around here.
That's what's rigged. That and, of course, the moon landing. Come on. All right. House committee with articles of impeachment against Homeland Security Secretary Mayorkas over the border issues. They, of course, are saying this is ridiculous, and of course, Republicans are saying this is unconstitutional. He must go. Where are we on all of this?
Right. So we're looking at two articles of impeachment for high crimes and misdemeanors, and they are two. One accuses him of not following the law. The other accuses him of lying to Congress by saying that the border is secure. So today we're expecting them to meet for a markup, which will be a hearing through the Homeland Security Committee, where they will pretty much work on the final passage or the final language of the resolution, and then they'll advance it out of that committee to the House floor, which will be a vote maybe sometime next week or in the future.
So, obviously, this is very interesting because it's coming during an election year. It's coming during primaries, which will work very, very well during the Republican primaries. But the real question is going to be, I guess, they must have some feeling that this will play well in America going into the fall.
Yeah, well, I think certainly that could be a possibility. There's going to be a lot of information and a lot of evidence that's put out there, and the American people are going to be allowed to look at that evidence and justify it with themselves whether or not this is somebody who has failed to do their job or not. But, the reality is, too, is that you have Democrats pointing the finger at Republicans and saying that Secretary Mayorkas is negotiating a deal right now that would change border security laws and would also add $14 billion to Border Patrol. So there's a lot of different arguments that are being made about whether or not Mayorkas has been effective or Congress is standing in his way of being able to do his job.
In the final 6 months, though, of a 4-year term, now he takes action. And I understand that this is linked, in my opinion anyway, it's linked to President Biden and what, the president in office right now wants to look or say, I've taken action on this, that, and the other thing. But being impeached for saying the border is secure versus it not being secure, isn't that subjective? I mean, that's such a vague term. Is your home secure? Are all your windows locked? Are they not locked? You know what I mean? That's so vague. How do Republicans expect to advance or actually impeach him with this? Because he said it's secure.
Well, it'll never make it through the Senate.
Yeah,
well, and that's not the only one. Keep in mind, too. They also believe that he's been derelict in his duty and hasn't followed the laws that Congress has passed. And, I think they'll point to something like catch and release based off what one member was talking about, where he started implementing that when, the current laws don't really allow a catch and release type of policy to be enacted. So there's going to be a lot of different legal arguments made about why he or which laws he has failed, where he's screwed up here. And they've already kind of been made because they brought Border Patrol heads into different hearings, too, and had them pretty much tell the committees that the border is not secure, that it's actually a mess. And in many ways, they feel that's evidence that he's been either not enforcing the law or lying to Congress about the status of the border.
I don't know a lot about this guy. I don't know a lot about. But don't you kind of feel like he's the scapegoat? Because he's a part of the administration.
Right. Policy decisions come
from the top. Here's how you're going to act on this.
Correct.
So are they looking for something bigger? Are they looking for something where they can where he will actually say that wasn't my decision, that came from above, where they can point to Biden? Because otherwise he's really the scapegoat in all of this.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ways that they're going to, argue about this and make this case. I think a lot of them just feel that he's just ineffective at his job, and he's not been somebody who's been able to secure the border or follow the laws of Congress. So, and yes, the policy aspect does get brought up, and that's something that Democrats have actually been arguing. You had Dan Goldman from your home state of New York, who came out yesterday at a press conference and was saying, well, what if we have another child separation policy? What if we have other policies that people don't like when a Republican takes office?
Right.
Does that justify a cabinet secretary being impeached for the first time since the 1800s? And they don't think it does.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. Again, you're acting on what the president tells you to do. He's a member of the cabinet.
And here's the other part of this whole thing is that laws need to change in order to completely fix the border issue. And those laws that need to be changed must come from Congress. And one could make the argument that Congress has been inept, not this current Congress, but including this current Congress, but going back decades where we have had the opportunity to fix this. And you have one party or another not willing to and both, I think, have been guilty of this, not willing to give the victory to an imposing president. And there's a lot that could be considered culpable in all of this, I feel.
Yeah, and what's interesting is that you have John Cornyn, who's a longtime senator from Texas, and he that argument was kind of made to him, well, is this a political thing? And he used this to justify the border deal, where he said, well, wait a minute, even if we come to some type of deal on the border, we're not going to see an immediate overturn of our issues overnight. This is not going to be something where President Biden's going to be able to point to the border deal and say that it helped him, before November happens. There's still going to be a lot of those issues that come from even if a border deal is able to pass out and approved by the House. There's still going to be this needs to be addressed, but also it's going to take time to implement all this stuff.
No doubt. Okay, interesting. There's every day seems to get a little bit more interesting and crazy than the day before. Ryan Schmelz, we appreciate it. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Hey, you too. Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Can I just say though, I actually do think. Well, I agree that if they passed a law or changed some policy, that it might not be implemented by November, or you might not have trackable statistics to say, hey, look what Joe Biden did or didn't do. I do think it gives him the ability to say, 6 months ago, 3 months ago, we passed a
No
deal
doubt
that does
about it.
this. Yeah, he'll use that on the campaign.
No doubt about it. Yep. Right now, save on a Mazda certified pre-owned vehicle at Steve Pawnee Mazda. Ricky Z is ready for you, and they have the most amazing pre-owned vehicles for you to choose from. They select only the best of the best late model Mazda vehicles to choose from. They offer award-winning Mazda certified pre-owned vehicles that include a 160-point inspection. A 160-point inspection and the 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. And if you need a lower price, Rick says, come in and let's make your deal on a new certified pre-owned vehicle. Where their customers always say, it's easy to do business at Steve Pawnee Mazda Commercial Drive in Yorkville.
It's Carl's Wholesale Furniture Warehouse's Red Tag January clearance. When Carl's has to make room, you will definitely save. Carl's showroom is filled with Red Tag savings. Find hundreds of items marked down. Sofas and recliners, Red Tagged. Dining sets and dinettes, Red Tagged. Motion furniture, leather furniture, Red Tagged. Even bedrooms and mattresses, Red Tagged. Plus, special financing and fast delivery during the Red Tag January clearance. On now at Carl's Wholesale Furniture Warehouse.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX 950 Utica, Rome, W295DI Utica, Rome, your news, talk, and sports leader, a Town Square media station.
This hasn't happened since 1876. I'm Dave Anthony. Fox News has been the only cabinet member ever was impeached. Alejandro Mayorkas may be the second. House Republicans accuse the Homeland Security Secretary of allowing a record surge of illegal immigration.
He is the person held accountable by the law passed by the People's House and the Senate to provide border security. He's failed to do that.
Congressman Mark Green heads up the Homeland Security Committee in the House preparing to advance impeachment today and tells Fox
he's intentionally subverted those laws with mass catch and release.
Democrats say Republicans have gone too extreme.
And this sham impeachment of Secretary Mayorkas is just another sad example.
House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries says it's a political stunt that'll go nowhere in the Senate. Still no retaliation yet for the Iran-backed militant attack on a U.S. base in Jordan that killed 3 American soldiers and injured 40. Some Republicans in Congress want the U.S. to attack Iran directly. Fox's Mark Meredith reports from the White House.
President Biden is still weighing all of those options to respond. The Pentagon has also publicly identified the victims of this weekend's attack. Their ages range from 23 to 46. They are Sergeant William Rivers, originally from New Jersey, but lately a Georgia resident, Specialist Kennedy Sanders of Georgia, and Specialist Breonna Moffett, also of the state of Georgia.
There's another attempt in another state trying to remove former President Trump from the primary ballot, this time in Illinois, just like in Maine and Colorado, accusing him of leading an insurrection with a Capitol riot. A former IRS contractor who leaked former President Trump's tax returns and the returns of other wealthy conservatives is now behind bars.
Former IRS contractor Charles Littlejohn apologized in court, saying he wanted to show how little the wealthy paid in tax. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison. The federal judge said Littlejohn attacked democracy when he targeted a sitting president and that she had no words over the fact that he was charged with just one count.
That's Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. America's listening to Fox News.
Don't let everyday aches and pains keep you from living your best life.
I don't think I really understood what people meant when they talked about pain until I started feeling it myself.
Start feeling better every day with Relief Factor, a daily supplement designed to support your body's fight against aches and pains.
Not only do I move better without pain, I just feel better.
Created by doctors, Relief Factor uses a unique formula of natural ingredients that target 4 metabolic pathways to address pain. Relief Factor doesn't just mask aches and pains, it helps reduce or even eliminate them.
Today, I do the things I love, and it doesn't occur to me to think about pain.
You can feel the difference all day, every day.
Join the over 1 million people who have tried Relief Factor's 3-week Quick Start Kit. It's only $19.95. Visit ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. And feel the difference of Relief Factor.
Mostly cloudy skies, 25 degrees. WIBX News Time is 8:03. This news update is brought to you by Adirondack Home Furniture. Well, a verdict expected as soon as this week in Donald Trump's civil fraud trial here in New York. State Attorney General Letitia James wants a Manhattan judge to order the former president to pay a $370 million fine in her case against him, which accuses Trump of falsely inflating the value of real estate in order to get more favorable loans. Alex Murdaugh is not getting a new murder trial. The former South Carolina attorney was convicted last March of murdering his wife and son. His attorneys have claimed that the court clerk tampered with the jury. A judge dismissed that motion yesterday. Murdaugh was sentenced to 2 consecutive life sentences for the 2021 homicides. An inmate at the Onondaga County Jail was recently injured and now set to get an emergency bail hearing today. The inmate, who was identified by his lawyer as 33-year-old Ozell Stanley, was hurt during an altercation at the jail back on January 21st. Ended up going to the hospital for the incident. A spokesperson for the county sheriff's office says the sheriff and undersheriff were not told about what happened until days later. One deputy has been reassigned because of the incident, which is still being investigated. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer pledging federal action to help kids get access to the RSV vaccine. Immunizations are recommended for all babies born during colder months, and the shot promises to lower their risk of being hospitalized for RSV by 80%. Currently, manufacturers say there's a shortage of the drug, and as a result, Upstate Golisano Children's Hospital, among many others, has 1 box of vaccine left. Krause Hospital reportedly has none. One of the biggest names in tennis history coming to Hamilton College in just a few months. Venus Williams will appear at the school's Margaret Bundy Scott Fieldhouse on April 18th at 7:30. The Oscar winner, Matthew McConaughey, was supposed to speak at the college on that date, but had to reschedule due to filming commitments. Williams has won 7 Grand Slam titles during her career, 4 Olympic gold medals. Her event is free to attend. And Amazon Prime starting to air commercials on their streaming service. Users who do not agree to pay an extra $2.99 a month for the ad-free option started seeing limited advertisements yesterday. WIBX News Time 8:06, another chilly day on the way today. Full details from Craig Flint.
Eyewitness News Chief Meteorologist Craig Flint and the WIBX Weather Center. Today, mostly cloudy early, then some brightening at times into the afternoon, a high near 35. Tonight, cloudy sky, low 28. And tomorrow, partly to mostly cloudy, relatively mild and mainly dry, a high near 40. For more on your local forecast, tune to Eyewitness News at 6 on WTR. A meteorologist, Craig Flint, on WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM.
Cloudy skies, 27 degrees at 8:06. From the IBEW 43 local sports desk, if you've got something to sell or trade, maybe you can get yourself a Super Bowl ticket. Kansas City Chiefs fans and San Francisco 49ers fans may have to hit it big in Vegas if they want to attend the game. The cheapest ticket available on the NFL Ticket Exchange through Ticketmaster is listed at nearly $11,000 after fees. By the way, that's for one ticket, one seat in the upper level of the end zone at Allegiant Stadium. Meanwhile, a little bit of a better deal can be found on StubHub, where a single ticket can be bought for just over $8,600 after fees. Allegiant Stadium is expected to expand to 72,000 seats for Super Bowl VIII, which is coming up on February 11th. The Chargers are closing in on hiring their next GM. ESPN says that Los Angeles working to hire Baltimore Ravens Director of Player Personnel, Joe Ortiz, as the team's new GM. Ortiz will be paired with new coach Jim Harbaugh, who was hired by the franchise last week. Former Yankee Aaron Hicks agreeing to a one-year deal with the Los Angeles Angels. It's reportedly worth the league minimum $740,000. The Angels were able to add Hicks for a low price because he's still being paid by the Yankees due to his 7-year, $70 million contract, which he signed back in 2019. Boy, that's free money. Former Red Sox manager Jimmy Williams has died. He was 80. Williams spent 12 seasons managing in the major leagues. He was 910 and 790 during time with the Blue Jays, Red Sox, and Astros. He led the Red Sox to a pair of postseason appearances in 98 and 99. The year he also was named American League Manager of the Year. Williams won 2 World Series as a coach, in 95 as a third base coach with the Atlanta Braves, and in 2008 with the Philadelphia Phillies. I think that's all I got here.
So the tickets have now gone on sale for opening night of the IIHF Women's World Championship event that's going to be happening here.
And with fees, they're $11,000.
They're not quite that expensive.
Oh, okay.
The games are opening day is like 70 days away, somewhere close to that.
Wow.
On Monday, USA Hockey and officials from the Adirondack Bank Center announced the Women's World's opening night tickets are available for purchase. The marquee event to kick off the tournament is scheduled to feature Team USA against Team Switzerland with a 7 p.m. start. This is from Rome Sentinel. From the Sentinel. The games are available on EmpireStateTix.com, where you get your Comets tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Ticket prices start at $32 and go up to $48. All fees included. And I think they're talking about bringing in terms of spectators, bringing in like 60 or 70,000 people.
Are you kidding me?
To the area during that, what is it, a 2-week tournament?
Yeah, it's 11 days. And when Carrie was on the other day, she mentioned there's going to be floods of people here.
Yeah. It's going to be big.
Wow.
Like in the thousands of people that'll be coming here from not just around the country, but from around the world.
And they're playing exclusively at the Nexus or also at the Adirondack Bank Center?
I think it'll be a combination of all of it.
Okay, because it would seem to me that when you're talking that number of spectators, I know
like you may have for the opening ceremony. I think that would be maybe in the odd. I don't know, but you have to sell the tickets accordingly, right? So obviously the odd seats are much different than tickets if you buy for Nexus.
And if you've ever been to, they do some tournaments there, but also Pioneers women's hockey.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really nice what they've got in there. It's really nice, but the capacity
is different.
It's much lower.
Yeah. And then one more. If you're sick of the whole Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift thing,
we've got more.
There's more. So the air travel industry is now getting into the mix. See, and people, some people look at this as if it's a conspiracy. It's simply people trying to make money, businesses trying to make money.
Yeah.
So airlines have done this. With the Kansas City Chiefs heading to Super Bowl 58, American Airlines has created 2 flights to celebrate Kelce and Taylor Swift. Flight 1989 will fly from Kansas City to Vegas on February 10th. Is that one of her songs?
No, it's got to be the year one of them was born.
1989 is her album, whole album.
That's the name of the album.
The album?
Yeah.
Is that the year she was born?
I don't know.
Could be.
Let me see.
Will fly from Kansas City to Vegas on February 10th. Shares the name with one of Swift's albums as well as the year she was born. Yes. And Flight 87 will fly from Vegas to Kansas City on February 12th. You know what that one is? That is Kelce's uniform number. 87.
Oh, yes.
Flight 87.
Yeah, okay.
United Airlines has also got into the action with their own flight, UA 1989, from Kansas City to Vegas. Seating availability is limited. They expect to do like special things on the flight that tie into the whole phenomena. Call it what you want.
I do have to say this. If everything is focused on the 2 of them, I'd have to imagine that's a benefit to the San Francisco 49ers. We've talked about this before. I think you always want to be under the radar. And if everybody's like renaming flights and
like
travel packages after Swift and Kelce, like the 49ers aren't even there.
I would agree with you. However, this year, you would think that Kelce would have had a bad year because of all of the attention, all of the distraction, right? Well, instead, it's been the opposite of that. He shines, it seems, in this.
I'd have to pull up his stats because I know he was in a real funk there for a while, and I think he had a few games where he didn't even catch a pass.
I think he's
been hot the last few weeks. Yeah.
Well, isn't that when you really want to get hot?
Sure. Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Maybe that's the right thing to do.
Comment here. Emerson says, "Dude, it's going to be nuts for the Women's World Championship, and people get here a few days prior to the event, so it's going to be more than just the 11 days." Yeah, I think it's going to be awesome.
Yep.
Awesome thing.
It is going to be such an economic impact, and just think about it. It's what we always talked about with Nexus. right? This is going to be enormous for the area. And just the investment that's been made between there and the odd. Just imagine, you're adding 60,000 people in here over the course of 2 weeks. That's amazing. And they're all going to be
incredible.
They're all going to be spending money.
And can I say this on the air? I'm quickly waiting. This is in the vein of all the Swiftie, Kelsey promotions and stuff like that. I guess I can't say it on the air.
Well, I can tell you this. I'm ready for it to be all over.
Yeah.
Certainly, it's not something that I'm enjoying. I just don't think it's as dangerous or as offensive as some people are getting all their pantyhose in a knot. Is that how you say it?
Yes, in a bunch. Is it in
a
bunch?
bunch? Maybe it's in a bunch.
So I get my pantyhose the same way I get my bananas, in a bunch.
In a bunch, yeah.
So I've got a little tease here. Because everyone's cashing in on this, I can tell you I've just received word from down the hall that there may be a Swiftie Sunday coming to one of our favorite radio stations down the hallway.
Okay.
Everybody's got to look.
You mean a Swiftie? What does that mean? Like
a
an
Swiftie
ice cream Sunday?
No, a Swiftie Sunday where maybe on a Sunday they play certain songs by a certain artist.
On Super Bowl Sunday.
I see what you meant.
Yeah,
Not like a hot fudge Sunday, no.
Who would be? Which one would do it? Would it be the country station or the light station? I mean, either one could do it.
Well, I guess we'll have to find out.
Yeah.
Well, stay tuned.
Stay tuned. All right. Thanks, Davey. All right. 8:15. Hold on tight. We're coming right back. Manaski, thank you. We'll see you on Friday morning.
Yes, I'll see you guys. Thanks for having me back.
And it's 8:15 at WIBX.
For a limited time at Mattress Express, qualified buyers will get 60 months to pay on any purchase $1,500 or higher with no money down. That includes all brands of mattresses in the store and massage chairs. See store for details.
Oneida County Department of Family and Community Services has immediate openings for program nurses starting at over $59,000. Nurses work a 35-hour work week, conducting patient screenings and home health assessments. And the civil service exam fee is waived for 2024. Apply now at OneidaCountyJobs.com.
We all make resolutions this time of year, and let's face it, most of them won't stick. But here's one that's not only easy to keep, but will help you feel healthier all year long. Navage. Navage provides quick, drug-free nasal relief by washing saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril. This time of year, when everyone is sick, Navage helps by sucking out germs, bacteria, and viruses trapped in our noses that cause us to feel miserable. And come allergy season, it does the same with dust, pollen, and other allergens. And unlike medications that can take time to help, if they're effective at all, Navage helps treat congestion symptoms in seconds flat, without drugs. This New Year's, resolve to use drug-free Navage to help you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier all year long. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage. N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
So, Bill, I talked to Dr. Tim Delmedico yesterday, and he said people are starting to hear us, and people are starting to take advantage of the fact that their pain can be cured with soft wave tissue regeneration technology at Revive Soft Wave Therapy on Genesee Street in Utica. It's a groundbreaking therapy. It's a technology that was developed in Germany and has made its way to Genesee Street. It's a game changer. It's non-invasive, free from pills, those monthly or quarterly injections, and downtime, which means you get the treatment, you could resume regular activity that you enjoy immediately after. It's so effective, it's even used by NFL teams, the Cleveland Clinic and the Mayo Clinic, and it's not limited to common pain areas. It also addresses neuropathy, plantar fasciitis, carpal tunnel syndrome, TMJ, and more. The treatment is quick, boasting an outstanding 90% success rate, and it works by high-speed sound waves, stimulating your blood flow and stem cells to your impacted area, which promotes natural healing, and it works. If you've exhausted other options in pursuit of relief, call Revive Softwave Therapy. Don't let pain dictate your life when there is a solution available. You can see video testimonials, see how the treatment is conducted at reviveutica.com. That's reviveutica.com, or reach out to Dr. Tim Del Medico at 315-725-8427. Visit reviveutica.com to reclaim a life free from debilitating pain. Take that step towards a pain-free future today.
The Joseph Michael Chubbuck Foundation's 7th Annual Central New York Wing Wars, to be held Saturday, February 3rd, 2024, is sold out. The Chubbuck Foundation wants to thank the Central New York community, WIBX, Arts Hill Inn, and this year's participants, Celtic Harp, Fratello's Pizzeria, Hot Off the Brick, Knuckleheads, Lucan's, Piggy Pats, Pizza Boys, Pizzeria Italia, Ray Brothers Barbecue, Crust Kitchen and Bar, Tony's Pizzeria and Deli of New Hartford, and Utica Barbecue for their continued support. The 200 attendees will vote for the best wing and the most unique wing, alongside a panel of 7 celebrity judges: Oneida County Sheriff Masciol, Senator Griffo, WKTV's Jason Powells, Empire Plate's Bill Pinchy, WIBX's Bill Keeler, Assemblywoman Buttonshawn, and former SU football player Byron Abraham. Proceeds will assist cancer patients in financial need in Oneida, Herkimer, Madison, and Onondaga counties. If you'd like to add your name to the ticket cancellation list in the event a ticket becomes available, please call 315-339-5993. Weekdays from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Thank you.
This station is brought to you by Tallman's Tire, located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
Ready for a smoother, safer ride? Look to Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, your trusted tire experts. Tallman's and their professional staff is there for answers, advice, and quality tires at a great price. And right now, Tallman's, when you purchase 4 Summit tires, you'll get installation, mounting, and balancing absolutely free. Summit tires are great quality and your best value in Central New York. And free installation when you purchase 4 tires is an amazing deal. Don't miss out. This offer ends January 31st, 2024. Visit Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer. Online at tallmanstire.com.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
On the line right now is Mighty John, the record guy. John, I got to tell you, there's a song out there called Shout. You know, you make me want to shout. Now, the Buffalo Bills have done a version of that song. It's the Buffalo Bills make me want to shout.
Good.
Not sure that's what's that worth today.
To a Patriots fan, it's not worth anything.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah. You want to add?
I was going to say the song actually that the Bills fans sing is "The Bills make me want to scream, pull my hair out and scream,
run across the field,
You
make
are right.
Remember when the Bears did the curly shuffle?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Are there any of those sports, any of those songs that made it to vinyl and actually became something worth something?
Not so much to a record collector, but maybe to the people that collect sports memorabilia.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that was a big deal back in the 60s, especially. You'd get they'd get 3 of the players from the Yankees or something, and they'd go out and do some sort of a record, and they'd put it out. I imagine those would be worth something to a Yankees fan.
Joe Garagiola did one with 3 Yankees on the cover, and I know that one will sell up to around $300, but to a record collector. So I'm not sure what a sports collector would put on it, but that's probably the exception to the rule for a record collector.
Got it. All right, so here we are in 2018. Vinyl is, let's just for 1 minute. John, of course, is the expert around the country when it comes to vinyl, what things are worth. You catalog everything. You can go to his website, moneymusic.com, for details. But, John, 2017 was a really big year for new vinyl.
A lot of new vinyl every year, more and more vinyl. A lot more expensive than it was when we were buying it back in the day. But it's good to see. Younger listeners are realizing that analog sounds better to the human ear than digital, and thus we have vinyl.
Do you feel that that any of these new records, these new vinyl records, are going to carry some value, or is it's a different era, it's a different time?
Oh, it's tough to say. You know, have me back in 20 years, I can tell you.
Okay. We'll hope we're around to do that. Yeah. All right, you have the 2018 list, a new list of 10 records worth more than $100.
Start with number 10, work our way down to the big number 1. At number 10, the Beatles, always collectible. Look for their hit 8 Days a Week. At 45, with picture sleeve, up to $100.
Wow.
Tom Jones, big hit for him. It's Not Unusual. The album, now, there's 2 versions. One pictures just Tom Jones, which is worth about $20, and the other pictures Tom Jones with a band, and that's worth up to $100. America, Horse with No Name was their big hit. They put out their first album, America. If you have a copy and it has a horse with no name on it, then it's not worth much more than $10. But if it does not have a horse with no name, then it's up to $100.
Wow. That was the album. So the album. Okay. All right. I got to look for that because I know I have that album. I don't know which one I have, though. Okay.
Yeah. The Bee Gees, Disco becoming collectible. You Should Be Dancing. Their first disco hit, 12-inch single, currently up to $125. Deep Purple, big hit for them. Hush, with its picture sleeve, up to $300.
God, that's a great one.
Great record. Herb Alpert, his first 45 was called Finders Keepers. And if you find it, keep it. It's worth up to $350.
Wow.
Yardbirds, Over, Under, Sideways Down, the album on Capitol Records, up to $400. An EP is a 7-inch album. Look for the Beach Boys, Capitol Records, 4 by the Beach Boys, $400.
What songs were on? That,
boy, I think "Help Me, Rhonda," but I can't remember what the other ones were off the top of my mind.
And when they did those were reissues of the single, or could that have been the first run of the single?
No, that would not have been the first run.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. But EPs were very popular back then.
Yep, I remember
they're a little bit more expensive than a 45,
yep.
but less expensive than an album.
Yep.
I'm working on a price guide right now on just promo records that go to radio stations because they can be extremely collectible.
And
those words, not for sale.
I have a ton of those that I thought would have no value, but I saw this, and this one from 1970 has quite a value. It's a promo record.
Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, the Deja Vu album, commercial copy worth up to $20, a promo copy worth up to $1,500.
Okay, yeah. So you're working on, like I have
Bill's retirement fund?
I got to tell you, because we all, working in radio at that time, maybe, you'd come out and sitting in the break room, there'd be a whole bunch of records. You guys want these records? And, you'd walk out with them. Now, a lot of plays, but they were taken care of. But a ton of those promo records that I thought would be worth nothing. So you're working on a whole price guide on this.
Yeah, it's amazing how many you find at yard sales and the flea market. Because so many radio stations either threw them out or gave them away.
That was the other thing too. You could win a record on, especially in the '70s, big in the '70s, where you could win a record on the radio. All right, here's the biggie from 1968.
And this is also from a price guide that I now have out called Records You Should Know About. And records you should know about are records that nobody has ever heard of, but can be worth a lot of money. So sometimes at a yard sale, I hear people going, oh, never heard of that, and they pass it by. And that could be a big mistake. So this one, 1968 45, Mary Jane Hooper, 45, called I've Got What I Need. It is worth up to $4,000.
How about that? Wow. You need the picture sleeve with that?
No, just the record.
All right. Because I was looking on eBay before we did this, and there's a Mary Jane Hooper. I've got what you need. 45. It's on the Power label, and it's selling for $15. But then when you look at it, you realize it's a reissue.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which to be
has
careful.
No value, really. I mean, I wouldn't pay $15 for a reissue.
Right. Wow. When you, anytime something is worth a lot of money, somebody's going to make a fake, and it's really big with records. Lots of counterfeits. We tell people, if you're not sure, email us, and we'll give you our best opinion whether it's an original or a fake. But if it's $15, it's kind of a red flag,
Yeah. There is one here, though, that is on the, so would the label have said, because the reissue is Power-Pack.
Right.
And then there's one that says, and it's not even the right one. It's Teach Me by Mary Jane Hooper. And that is the bid starting at $11.50, but it's a 5-day bid. That could you could have a reserve on that, not allowing it to sell for whatever. But is that one worth anything? The name of the song is "Teach Me" by Mary Jane Hooper.
To the best of my knowledge, it's not a big collectible. But
Yeah.
these unknown artists are so rare that we don't know everything that they have.
And does eBay does it screw things up in terms of devaluing?
No, you just have to be careful and make
Yeah.
sure you're buying an original and not a fake. And a lot of people put these out there. They think they're original, so they're not trying to fool you.
Right.
But they just don't realize that they are counterfeits.
Yeah. Trust no one, John. That's
Trust
exactly it.
Unless you trust John.
Unless you're trusting John. Mighty John, the record guy. The website is moneymusic.com. You can check it out. That new list is the 2018 list. We'll put it up on our website of the songs, the records, the vinyl worth more than $100. John, thanks so much.
Thanks, guys. Happy New Year.
Do it again. Happy New Year.
Hey guys, Sewell Claycomb of Claycomb Auto Sales, and you know what? You deserve it. You've worked hard, you're in the middle of, or you've raised your children, you've done the right thing, you've denied yourself of the things that you've wanted, you're still driving that junker. Now you deserve to do what you want to do. You deserve to get that vehicle that you've always wanted. You deserve it. So do it. Claycomb Auto Sales, Westmoreland, ClaycombAutoSales.com.
It seems like everywhere you look right now, someone is sick. This year, prepare your family for airborne invaders like bacteria, pollen, and yes, germs with Navage Nasal Care. Navage flushes ultra-pure, refreshing saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril. Navage sucks out viruses, dust, and other airborne particles, all the stuff that gets trapped in your nose making you miserable. Don't get caught empty-handed this winter. Get Navage, the drug-free solution that helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. Even better, Navage is HSA, FSA eligible, so Navage is a great way to spend those funds before they expire. Don't wait a minute longer. Buy Navage today and you'll breathe easier knowing you're putting your funds to good use. Navage is available online at Navage.com or Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAWon'tWait.com. That's GAWon'tWait.com.
The Joseph Michael Chubbuck Foundation's 7th Annual Central New York Wing Wars, to be held Saturday, February 3rd, 2024, is sold out. The Chubbuck Foundation wants to thank the Central New York community, WIBX, Arts Hill Inn, and this year's participants, Celtic Harp, Fratello's Pizzeria, Hot Off the Brick, Knuckleheads, Lucan's, Piggy Pats, Pizza Boys, Pizzeria Italia, Ray Brothers Barbecue, Crust Kitchen and Bar, Tony's Pizzeria and Deli of New Hartford, and Utica Barbecue for their continued support. The 200 attendees will vote for the best wing and the most unique wing, alongside a panel of 7 celebrity judges: Oneida County Sheriff Masciol, Senator Griffo, WKTV's Jason Powells, Empire Plate's Bill Pinchy, WIBX's Bill Keeler, Assemblywoman Buttonshawn, and former SU football player Byron Abraham. Proceeds will assist cancer patients in financial need in Oneida, Herkimer, Madison, and Onondaga counties. If you'd like to add your name to the ticket cancellation list in the event a ticket becomes available, please call 315-339-5993. Weekdays from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Thank you.
Hey, River Hills Properties is the #1 real estate agency in the region for independent real estate agencies, and #2 if you count all of the big chains. It's a big deal for a real estate company that was unknown 12 years ago, 13 years ago. It's all about making themselves different by doing and providing the services that other real estate agencies don't provide. You know, this is something that doesn't normally happen. Your listing agent is there every time the house is shown. There's someone there to keep an eye on your property, there to make sure before people come in that the lights are on, they're putting your best foot forward, The house is ready to be shown. That's all a part of the process. It's River Hills Properties. And then there's the book, 40 to 100 pages filled with details about the home, any improvement that's been made, etc., etc., etc. They have offices in Barneville, Little Falls, and Utica. Online, it's riverhillspropertiesllc.com. Call them today if you're looking to sell your home in 2024. 315-896-1009. 315-896-1009. Remember, nobody sells homes like River Hills Properties.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
Okay, it's 8:34, and in studio, Rick Hensel and Mary Rossi. Rick is the associate principal of Notre Dame High School. Mary is the principal of Notre Dame. Guys, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are we doing today?
We're doing very well, thank you.
Is it beautiful out? I haven't been out there in about 2 hours. So. It's a great day. Yeah, we haven't had much of a winter, and I'm okay with that. We are reaching a big time for Notre Dame. Let's start with you on this, Mary. This is an important time of year.
Absolutely, and thank you so much for inviting us in this morning. This is a very exciting week for us. This is Catholic Schools Week, and I have the privilege of being the elementary school principal. So straight through the campuses, both campuses, the one is at 11 Barton Avenue, and that is our preschool through 5th grade. And then up at the high school at 2 Notre Dame Lane, we have our 6th through 12th graders. So they are all excited for this week because they get to show off a little bit, have wonderful activities, and I know that we have something very special tomorrow night at the high school, and I think Rick's going to tell us about that.
All right, Rick, what is happening?
Sure. So we're having what we're calling an ND Expo tomorrow night, and that's going to showcase, for lack of better phrasing, the best of both schools. So we'll have some sort of performances, not like your typical open house, but most of our student groups from our nationally recognized ROTC program who will be doing some of their armed and unarmed drill routines. Our cheerleaders will be doing a performance, the elementary school choir, our junior-senior band. So it's pretty exciting. We've got a special message from our superintendent for Catholic Schools Week, and the mayor's office, I'm told, is going to be offering a proclamation as well for Catholic Schools Week. So we're really excited for that.
And the goal here is to showcase what you guys have to offer.
Right. It's to show people who we are, really, more than what you get from an open house. I think this is student-led, right? You're seeing all of our different student groups and what they're doing and how they're performing. So,
and for parents or grandparents out there listening right now, what, and I'll start with you on this, Mary, what do you feel that today, in today's world that we are in today, which is crazy, what does Notre Dame offer to students today?
I think that if you step into either one of our buildings, you immediately get the feeling that this is a very different environment from what you may have someplace else or have experienced. First of all, we are a wonderful school. We have been in the school business since 1929, so I think we know what we're doing. Also, we have a great, safe, faith-based environment there for our students. We really are unique because we look at the student, we work with the student, we give individual attention, and I have to really give a shout out to our parents and our grandparents, and I'm so glad that you brought the grandparents in because they are part of the equation, that's for sure. So if you come, we invite you to step in. We will give you an individual tour. We will, whatever your grade level is, whether it's your 3-year-old, you're looking for a program, we have that for you. Or whether you are looking to place a high school student, we have that also. So we really are unique, and come and see what we're all about. Absolutely.
And Rick, at the high school level, there's a lot of opportunity and a lot of opportunity beyond beyond high school.
Absolutely. So, I mean, I mentioned already the ROTC program, which is fantastic. Actually, you may have seen the headlines already, but over the weekend they competed in New Jersey, and they came in second out of 62 schools in Area 1, 2, and 3,
Wow.
which earned them a spot once again. I don't know, how many years now, Donna, consecutively? 5 or 6? That they're going to nationals in Pensacola, Florida. So, I mean, that's nothing to scoff at. And they're a small program compared to some of these other high schools that have ROTC programs. So we're very proud of them. Dual credit opportunities, Utica University Bridge Program. All of our seniors were very fortunate, graduate with, I believe, at least 12 college credits, if not more now. Most of them can get almost a year of college done just by graduating high school. It's a great value at no cost to them other than what they're paying for our school tuition. And Utica University Bridge Program, something we have a unique partnership with them where our seniors, our juniors even, can take classes for only $99 with Utica. And many of them take advantage of that. But what's unique about our partnership with them is they used to have only a set program that they'd allow high schoolers into.
Yeah.
Our students can take any one of their courses as long as they meet the prereqs.
Wow, that's
so
cool.
There's a lot of great opportunities for our students.
Great little jump start once you do get into
and as we all know, college is very expensive. So this is a great deal.
Dealing with that FAFSA, which has gotten crazier this year, all over again, and all of that,
couple of changes,
all that fun stuff with college. So, so tomorrow night's the night.
It is, yeah. We hope you'll come out and check us out and see what we're all about.
Okay, and it's at Notre Dame. Anything else you guys want everybody to know?
Just to give us a call and arrange a tour. We have Donna Williams here with us today, and she does a great job if you give a call over to the high school, she's going to set you up with a tour or give us a call at the elementary school, and we will work with your schedule and have you come in and just come and see what we're all about at either campus. And again, we appreciate the time that you gave us this morning.
Guys, thank you so
much. Thank you.
Enjoy the day and good luck tomorrow. Thank you. We'll break and come back. It's 8:40, Davey, at WIBX.
Oneida County Department of Family and Community Services has immediate openings for program nurses starting at over $59,000. Nurses work a 35-hour work week, conducting patient screenings and home health assessments. And the civil service exam fee is waived for 2024. Apply today at OneidaCountyJobs.com.
Get ready for this week's half-off Thursday deal with SeizeTheDeal.com. Score your half-off gift certificate to Utica Barbecue this Thursday morning starting at 8. Get $50 for $25 with Seize the Deal's half-off Thursday. Utica Barbecue at 244 Roosevelt Drive in Utica offers real smoke, real flavor. Like them on Facebook for all of their daily specials. Get your half-off Thursday gift certificates this Thursday from Utica Barbecue. Make sure you hurry because they sell out fast at SeizeTheDeal.com.
Wake up. Breakfast. And Nature Made vitamins. Whatever your morning sounds like, Nature Made fits right in. Whether you're looking for vitamin C or a multivitamin to get key nutrients, we've got you covered. Now that's a good morning. We take care of you so you can take on your day. Start your day with Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
A lot of Canoli's energy started to bounce back.
She has a lot of puppy moments, and she'll be 14 this summer.
What did these dog parents do for their dogs? They switched to Nature's Blend, a premium freeze-dried raw dog food made by Dr. Marty Goldstein, a veterinarian Forbes magazine called the Miracle Worker. It's the easiest way to support your dog's easy digestion, nourished skin, playful energy, and most importantly, their healthy, full life.
I'm so confident your dog will love it. Your order is back with a 90-day guarantee.
Save up to 54% off Nature's Blend and get a free full-size bag of Tilly's Treasures dog treats. They're best-selling beef liver dog treats while supplies last. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or text DEAL to 511-511. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or shop in over 2,000 stores nationwide. Use the store locator to find the store closest to you. All pets are unique. Your pet's results can and will vary. Message and data rates may apply. Studies available upon request.
The Falcon.
Oneida County Department of Family and Community Services has immediate openings for program nurses starting at over $59,000. Nurses work a 35-hour work week, conducting patient screenings and home health assessments. And the civil service exam fee is waived for 2024. Apply now at OneidaCountyJobs.com.
At Mattress Express, get a queen flex head bed with adjustable base and a set of sheets for $14.99. Qualified buyers get no money down and up to 60 months to pay. A flex head bed is where each head goes up and down independently, but it's still one solid mattress. See store for details.
The Falcon Clinic in Washington Mills is accepting new patients right now. It's the area's premier osteopathic medical clinic, and they're accepting new patients right now. If you're in need of a new family doctor or you're having other issues, something specific, and you're looking to get to the bottom of it and whatever you've been doing hasn't been working, call today. The Falcon Clinic in Washington Mills. 315-507-4751. The Falcon Clinic says a great time to think about an annual physical, an annual checkup, where it's an opportunity really to communicate with your doctor, talk about the past year, and look to the future. Accepting new patients now, the Falcon Clinic. 315-507-4751, the Falcon Clinic in Washington Mills.
Hello, everyone in Central New York. This is Dave Letterman, your old TV pal. Remember me? I'm supposed to say something witty and funny here about Bill Keeler, but I've got nothing. Ever see a picture of this guy? That's a joke in itself. Anyhow, here's Keeler on WIBX.
Hi, good morning. It's 8:44. Andrew is off on a cruising vacation. I don't know if you had a chance to see, and he is not on this cruise, but is it called the Icon of the Seas?
Yeah, I saw that.
It is the world's largest cruise ship, and it just took off, I think like Sunday for its maiden voyage out of Miami. And it can handle 7,600 people. It has 16 floors. It has an actual thing they call Central Park. It's a park right in the center of it, which is open air, and it has trees and bushes and all sorts of. You think you were in an outdoor park. It's unbelievable. I feel like if you're on it for 7 days, I don't know how you would be able to figure out where everything is. I don't know how you could fit all of that into 7 days because it is so unbelievably large. Anyway, Andrew's on a cruise, not such a big one, but a cruise this week. Have you been on a cruise before?
No, I want to go on a cruise. A friend of mine is just getting back today from the Chris Jericho cruise. It's a wrestling cruise.
So you can do those. A lot of themed cruises are.
I would absolutely love to go on that.
And I'm not sure that they're doing it anymore. There was also a Kiss cruise. They have a classic rock.
There's a country
all
music
sorts
cruise
of
too.
Crazy themed type cruises. Anyway,
Someday I will.
I don't know that he's on any of that, but he's enjoying it. And each day we have guest hosts in. Manaski has been kind enough to hang out with us this week. How about the story from the U.S. Army? Women allegedly stealing over $100 million. According to reports, the U.S. Army employee, now under criminal investigation, but somehow still has been allowed to retire with full benefits. Isn't that like us? The U.S., us. Janet Yamanaka Mello, M-E-L-L-O, stands accused of creating a shell company in which she stashed huge sums of money destined for military youth programs across the country. Reportedly, she used the cash to accumulate 80 supercars, 31 homes. In the process, Mello is said to have worked at Joint Base San Antonio Fort Sam Houston as a civilian finance manager, and is alleged to have worked up the fraud over a 6-year period before the IRS finally caught on. Spokesman for the Army says the command has no authority to impact Ms. Mello's retirement. However, a criminal investigation is underway. Crazy. We're talking $100 million. You get to $50 million, don't you think you would say, well, I've gotten enough, I'm going to find an exit strategy. But no, she kept going. Here's a story. Only half of America's credit card customers believe they can pay off their December balance in full, according to an industry index, signaling a low ebb in the credit card confidence world as the nation emerges from the holidays. On the line right now to talk about that is a personal finance expert, Richard Barrington, who has an investment business and works for Credit Sesame. You might see that on your phone. Richard Barrington, good morning.
Good morning.
So this is not necessarily good news because part of your credit score, I would assume, is are you in a vulnerable position where you could file bankruptcy on your credit cards? And I think that is what pulls down a lot of people's credit scores.
Well, yeah, two things. One is that if you start missing payments, payment history is the single biggest factor in determining credit score. But the other thing is credit utilization ratio, which is the percent of your available credit that you're now using. That's also a negative factor. So if you're running up a high balance, that is going to tend to drag your credit score down.
Yeah.
And by the way, if your credit score goes down, plan on paying more interest. So it's the kind of problem that feeds on itself.
So the Lending Tree Credit Card Confidence Index, a monthly report published since 2018 by the personal finance site, dipped to 51% in December, which is an all-time low. Are we worse off now than we were 10 years ago, 20 years ago?
Well, in a sense, that's nothing new. I mean, the number of credit card customers that carry a balance regularly has been around 50% for quite some time. And in total, Americans have increased the amount of credit card debt that they owe in 10 of the last 11 years. But what is new this year, what's different this year, is that the average credit card interest rate is more than 2% higher than it was a year ago, and more than 6% higher than it was 2 years ago. That extra 6% higher interest rate would translate to a potential $63 billion more in annual interest costs on credit cards for American consumers.
Wow.
So it's time to get serious about this problem and pay down some of that debt.
So how do you, I realize Credit Sesame, there are other services out there that people can get. And you're able to, even the credit cards themselves do a great job today about monitoring your activity, monitoring even your credit score. The problem is that you're seeing people, they'll make an expenditure and all of a sudden they'll get an alert that says your credit score just went down. You look at it and your score just went down, literally in real time. Should you avoid looking at it, 8, 10, 12 times a month, or is that important for you to see?
I think people could use a greater awareness of the impact that their actions have on things like their credit score. I think more information is a good thing. Actually, Credit Sesame has something called Sesame Ring, which it not only gives you that kind of monitoring, but it uses AI to generate personalized suggestions for how you can improve your credit score. So I think all of that's good. Ultimately, it's going to take some discipline, though, for people to start paying down some of the debt they've accumulated.
Yeah, and that would be, all of it's important, right? Paying on time, paying more than just the minimum payment. All of those things are important, but the credit to debt ratio is probably the biggie, isn't it? In order to allow that credit score to go up.
Yeah, to try and bring that down. Yeah, absolutely. And, at this time of year, a good thing to think about to kind of really jumpstart your debt reduction effort is to use your tax refund, if you get one, towards paying down credit card debt. Last year, 100 million Americans, individuals, got tax refunds. So this is an opportunity for a lot of people. The average size of those refunds was over $3,000. So if you put that together, 100 million people, over $3,000 each, the total amount of refunds issued to individuals last year would have been enough to pay off roughly a third of all consumer credit card debt.
And, there are so many different offers out there, so many different opportunities. Do you have a favorite credit card, a credit card that you feel is good when it comes to fees, when it comes to better interest rates, when it comes to maybe cash back on purchases? Is there a favorite credit card?
I wouldn't say that, because the thing is that it really depends on your individual circumstances. So the best deal for me depends on what my credit score is and how I use the card. Do I carry a balance? Do I use rewards a lot, et cetera? But I think the main thing to look for is try and avoid an annual fee if you can. But also, credit cards can be the best deal in the world, or they can be one of the most toxic forms of debt. And the divider between those two things is, do you regularly carry a balance? Credit cards are designed for short-term borrowing.
Yeah.
If you use them for what turns out to be long-term borrowing, you have taken on an unnecessarily expensive form of debt.
Interest rates very high.
Yes. Yeah.
Oftentimes, yeah.
Basically, the average interest rate on a credit card is now 22.75, I think it is, percent. If you have a poor credit score, you are probably seeing a rate well over 30%.
And then one final question before we let you go. Taking your balance on one card and then reaching out to another company that may be offering zero interest for a year and taking that balance and moving it over there, that seems to be beneficial.
It can work if it's part of a broader debt reduction strategy.
Right. You want to pay it off.
The danger is people do that and they just kind of free up some of that original credit limit for more borrowing, and that's counterproductive.
Yeah.
But if you use it to bring your interest costs down while you're trying to pay down your debt, yes, that can be beneficial.
And if people are looking out there and they see Credit Sesame, why is that a good service for people to take advantage of?
Well, I think we have a lot of information on there that's all geared around using credit responsibly. And so different people have different problems. They have different situations. I think we have a lot of answers on there for a lot of different situations.
Okay. Richard Barrington, thank you. A lot of insight there. A lot of people with a lot of credit card debt out there. And time to pay it down.
Yep.
All right. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Take care. Bye.
That's Credit Sesame, by the way, if you want to look for that. They are pretty good at assisting you in lowering the debt and ultimately improving your credit score. Official coffee of the Keeler in the Morning radio program is Daylight Donuts in New Hartford. Daylight Donuts for coffee, espresso, lattes, iced coffee. And your breakfast sandwiches and bagels are fresh every single day. Donuts are made at Daylight Donuts, fresh every single day. Going into work, get a box of coffee, and the drive-thru is lightning fast. You're in, and you're out, and you are on your way. At Daylight Donuts. Daylight Donuts in the village of Hartford. We'll wrap up this Tuesday morning next on WIBX.
There's something magical about unboxing. When you unbox BritBox, you uncover a world of British entertainment. Stream the UK's most brilliant series, including new and upcoming seasons of Shetland, Father Brown, and Death in Paradise. Plus new originals like Payback, Irving Welsh's Crime, and Archie, the story of Hollywood's greatest leading man, Cary Grant. Unbox BritBox and escape to the best of British TV. Stream with a free trial at BritBox.com.
At Destination Kia of Utica, get more for $24.
That's right. Buy a new or certified pre-owned Kia and go home with a 50-inch smart TV in your trunk.
I think we should call it Trunkovision.
Yeah, maybe not.
Bummer.
And don't forget, Kia has an industry-leading 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty.
And we have a giant selection of all-wheel drives.
Whether it's our rugged SUVs, like the 2024 Kia Seltos or the 2024 Kia Telluride.
Or all-wheel drive hybrids, like the 2023 Kia Sportage Hybrid that gets 44 miles per gallon highway.
With over 250 new Kias, we've got the Kia for you.
It's Trunkovision. Drive home with your new Kia and a snazzy 50-inch TV. Now that's kooky.
So go kooky for Kia at Destination Kia of Utica. Puppies and babies not included.
Prior orders excluded. EPE ratings. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See Kia.com or retailer for details. TV retail value $300. Offer expires 1/31/24.
Oneida County Department of Family and Community Services has immediate openings for program nurses, starting at over $59,000. Nurses work a 35-hour work week, conducting patient screenings and home health assessments. And the civil service exam fee is waived for 2024. Apply today at OneidaCountyJobs.com.
At MVHS, our team members fell in love with care long ago. Their lives were changed, and their world has been expanding ever since. In respect, compassion, knowledge, and ability. And it's only just begun. Because fueling the future of care starts here at the Wynn Hospital. Local care on a whole new level. The Wynn Hospital. Unwavering commitment and compassion. Learn more at mvhealthsystem.org. This is for you. The first steps taken in the Wynn Hospital are the first steps of a care experience that stands apart. One where compassion can always be found, where teams are trained to serve you well, and where cutting-edge technology is always at the ready. Because here, you not only receive state-of-the-art care, you have a distinctive care experience, one that is all about your comfort in a healing environment. Welcome to the Wynn Hospital.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
All right, time. Brian Kilmeade comes up next after news, which is coming right up here at WIBX. Got a rather, I would say, uneventful day on the way in terms of the forecast for today, as we're looking for mostly cloudy skies through the day, but it brightens up a bit, according to meteorologist Craig Flint, later on in the day. This has just been such a gloomy January. It'll be good to see it end. Highs today going to the lower 30s. Again, news coming up next to WIBX, followed by Brian Kilmeade on WIBX.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX 950 Utica, Rome, W295DI Utica, Rome, your news, talk, and sports leader, a Town Square media station.
They were Army reservists from Georgia. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. The 3 Americans killed in Sunday's attack when Iran-backed militants hit a U.S. airbase in Jordan. Sergeant William Rivers, Specialist Brianna Moffett, and Specialist Kennedy Sanders.
Honestly, I think I'm still in a state of shock and disbelief.
And Kennedy Sanders' mother, Oneida, just told Fox she's dreading this.
Reality probably won't set in until we actually travel to go receive her remains.
Her father, Sean, says
she enjoyed life. She was very competitive. She was goal-oriented, and she loved the service.
President Biden still considering a U.S. retaliation. Some Republican lawmakers want him to hit Iran directly. But GOP Congressman Corey Mills tells Fox,
this is one of those rare situations that I don't know that an immediate retaliatory strike is exactly what's needed. We're not here to play a tit-for-tat game with Iran on their terms.
He thinks a response should include new financial sanctions. U.S. forces in the Middle East have been targeted 165 times since the war in Gaza broke out. Hamas is considering a new proposed ceasefire with Israel coming out of multinational talks in Paris.
CIA Director William Burns representing the U.S. These talks have led to a proposal for a pause in